Brady, I know how this story tends to end.
Yeah, exactly. And once they get it dialed in, and some of the guys around them have figured out, look, Hart and Kuzma absolutely have figured out how to play next to LeBron. Now, they're decisive and they're finishers. The playmakers, it's taken Lonzo a little while. I don't think Ingram's figured it out yet. But they're starting to, look, they play good defense as a team, especially when Tyson Chandler ended up being a brilliant pickup. They're actually under a point per possession when he's on the floor. They are a real threat in the West outside of Golden State.
All right, tell me if you agree with me or not, because I'm going to go pretty hard in this in about 15 or 20 minutes. I'm not saying that LeBron wasn't petulant. He was. I'm not saying that the hands behind the back thing isn't obnoxious. It is a little bit. But I'm always annoyed by the consistency, and I think sometimes Kurt Hill, and the absurdity with which James Harden gets to the free throw line. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Oh, you're right. You know what he does really well? I mean, look, let's he's got the hesitation game, this kind of old man at the YMCA herky-jerky game.
That's what it is, too, yeah.
He's also, what he does is really well. Like, if you touch him, if he's driving the lane and he feels contact, he sells it. Like, was it Marcus Smart the other day who said he flops on offense like I flop on defense? He sells it. He flails his arms. He throws his head back. He sells it. That said, you know that's coming. Like, and this isn't – the Lakers didn't go into that game like, wow, we got to play with our hands behind our back, because they know what's coming. They got caught like everybody else gets caught. By the way, if you ever talk to Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook, they get pissed about how it happened in practice in OKC. Like, this isn't new, but nobody's quite learned how to deal with it well. I don't know that there is a great way to deal with it, and last night Harden was kind of back in vintage form, and it frustrated the Lakers. But he picked up a technical. But the number of coaches who have picked up a technical complaining about the calls going the Rockets' way is the league's made a lot of money that way.
I mean, you said it. The Lakers are playing better defensively. Those young guys are trying, right? Like LeBron. Say what you want about LeBron. They want to impress the guy. And Harden's shooting 19 free throws? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He drives into your body. And the other part of it that he does really well is he's crazy strong. Like, it's not like Iverson or young Derrick Rose who could drive into your body and basically absorb the contact and shoot around it and over. Kyrie Irving's kind of that way. Kyrie Irving is the most creative finisher in the league because he's kind of a combination. But like they can absorb it. He drives into it, and he can power through it if he wants to. He's crazy strong, but he just drives into your body and then absolutely sells the contact like he was a sniper out on the grassy knoll, and it works.
Kurt Heelan here on the show. So, Kurt, I've been thinking a lot about the very astute point that you made. I've been thinking about it for a while now, just how, as you said, almost 2-14, it's just so deep. And I want to ask you about one of those teams in the Western Conference that there's a lot of disagreement on whether they are overperforming or they have not gotten the credit they deserve yet. They're one of the few teams in the NBA in the top 10 in offensive and defensive efficiency ratings, 7 and 6 respectively. What do you make of the Denver Nuggets?
It's time for Erie Otters Hockey on WRIE Erie. CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260 is proud to be the new home of Erie Otters Hockey. Now let's go live and join the voice of the Erie Otters, Aaron Kuhn.
A 3-game road trip for the Erie Otters to finalize the first half of this 2018-2019 campaign. And it's 3 games on the road for the Otters, starting last night against the Windsor Spitfires. At the WFCU Center, the Erie Otters have not won a game in Windsor against the Spitfires since March 9th of 2017. And after the first period, it seemed like, well, maybe things were going to continue, and that trend would continue as Erie trailed 2-1. But then the second period started, and the Otters flipped things around with 3 goals in 2 minutes and 44 seconds, starting with the captain at 1:26 for the second period.
And the Otters pick this one up left wing side, and back into the zone they come. Maximovich from long range scores! Treat yourself! Kyle Maximovich sends it over the glove hand of P. Royden, and the Otters have tied this game at 2.
And the Erie Otters, Daniel Singer waking up here handing the Otters their first lead of the hockey game, 3-2. And then on the ensuing faceoff, just 15 seconds after Daniel Singer gave the Otters the lead, going to add another one to it, and it's 4-2 Erie.
As Joe Mack rambles to center ice, on right wing, hands off Podubny, flicks one to the goal, save made, Singer scores! Low shot from Podubny, Daniel Singer crashes in front and knuckles it over the pad of P. Royden.
As the Otters, well, it looked pretty good ahead, but it's going to be the Windsor Spitfires finding their game and stopping the bleeding. They would draw within one at 6-12 on Lev Starakov's goal. Heading onto a power play in the middle part of the hockey game at 10:01. It's Tyler Angle evening things at far as we had a barn burner from Windsor.
Tyler Angle doesn't shoot, hands off the pool, he'll back up. And now Angle again, waits, fires, lots of traffic in front, they score. Tyler Angle uses the screen from Cole Purveau, and we're even at 4. Erie gets it out.
All tied up at 4 apiece as the Otters would head into the third period and down one man because Peter Chaika off to join the Czech Republic team for their training camp heading in the World Junior Championship. A call up for the Erie Otters, and Elias Cohen making his OHL debut last night in Windsor. And it's Elias Cohen, right place, right time, first Ontario Hockey League game. And he's got his first Ontario Hockey League goal on a nifty bounce in front.
Erie gets it out, tries out the point, doesn't shoot. Drives right, slap shot, stays, scores! Cohen battling in front. I don't know if it went off his skate and into the net. They're arguing that Cole Mintz was interfered with, but it's a goal on the ice, and Elias Cohen, in his first Ontario Hockey League game, has put the Otters ahead 5-4.
And the Windsor Spitfires, well, they'll come rambling back in this third period. They would outshoot the Otters 20-6 as the Otters were nursing a 1-goal lead, and Daniel Murphy up to the task. He would stop 20 shots, including this one on Curtis Douglas in front on a 5-on-3.
Cooley, right side circle, center point for Corcoran. Looks left. It's Cooley again. In front, tap try, saved by Murphy.
Wow.
And he reaches out and smothers it too.
You could hear the excitement from Tim Wilson on the broadcast last night. What a stop for Dan Murphy, one of his 20 on the Spitfires in the third period alone. He would stop 29 of 33 as the Otters had a little insurance as Max Golan is able to break the monkey off his back, break the drought he was in. 2 goals in this one, including the insurance marker.
The Otters win it. Martin has it at the point. Get it back down low. Chad Yentley dropping off. Here's Golan. Walks in front. Tucks it home. Max Golan slides it under Cole Mintz. And the Otters jump ahead by 2, 6-4.
Empty netter from the captain, Kyle Maximovich. And as the Erie Otters downing the Windsor Spitfires 7-4. Matching the Erie Otters road win total of last season before the halfway point of this season. And now a chance to extend that. Looking for road win number 7 here tonight as the Otters take on the Sarnia Sting. Their first visit to the Progressive Auto Sales Arena on the 18-19 campaign. Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Cooney, soon to be joined by Sean Bisson on the broadcast. It's the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll check the lineups, take a look at tonight's goaltending matchup, and also hear from Otters defenseman Jack Tuff, all when we come back. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast bar perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Peachtree Square in Erie.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital are collaborating for cancer breakthroughs. We're sharing insights to help improve treatment times and results for you and your loved ones. For certain types of cancer, radiation treatment times have been cut in half and achieved the same level of success, exposing patients to less radiation and giving them a chance at a quicker recovery. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent. Together for health, together for you. Visit togetheforerie.com to learn more.
The With 2018 Mitsubishi Mirage and G4 sedan, your choice now only $99.88 at $149 a month. Did you know that it only takes less than $3 in gas to get from Erie to Meadville, or vice versa in a Mitsubishi Mirage and Mitsubishi G4 sedan? Both vehicles get over 40 miles per gallon highway and come with standard features such as rear view camera, a 7-inch touchscreen, and Bluetooth, along with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Yes, that's right. You can choose either vehicle for only $99.88 at $149 a month. Come see the exciting lineup, including the all-new Eclipse Cross, only at Interstate Mitsubishi, 1/2 mile south of the Mill Creek Mall on Route 99.
Discount on both vehicles includes $500 dealer APR cash, which requires financing through dealer indirect lending service. Payments are 3 to 84 months of 4.9% with TRS approval. Price is prior to tax, title, and license. Discount may not be combined with any other offers.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back into the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. I'm Aaron Cooney, joined here by Sean Bisson. It's the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. First time joining on the broadcast, Sean Bisson, formerly of the Owen Sound Attack, out of hockey, and now you can really be the flex guy for all the radio broadcasters coming into Sarnia to join us on the radio side. Give us a breath.
It's a lot of fun, Aaron. Thanks for having me tonight. And yeah, it was I obviously enjoyed my 4 years in Owen Sound as the director of public relations up there. But this is a different side of things for me. It's exciting to come hop on the radio broadcast, and when you get to do it with some of your friends, it makes it even more fun. So I'm really excited to be here tonight.
I know and some rave reviews come back from the Owen Sound side of the broadcast that Mark McKelvey had here. Said it went really well. Great insight from Sean, so we're looking forward to Otters and Sarnia Sting here tonight. Obviously, Midwest Division has more fun, so you clearly know what goes on with the Otters, and we're quite familiar with this squad as the Otters and the Sarnia Sting make their first meeting on the evening. On the season, actually. As the Otters, as we take a look tonight at our Marshall Marsh Real Estate Services lineup, Erie, no changes from last night, and it's funny because, you understand the wear many hats, so you make a graphic on the lineup. I always go to coach and said, okay, hey, Chris, any changes to the lineup? And he looked at me and he's like, no, not when you're winning. And I was like, well, I still got to ask if you change them. I can't just put out the wrong lineup graphic, but that's where we're at.
Sometimes the coaches, they expect you to know exactly what they're thinking, and more often than not, they don't even know what they're thinking. So it's tough to get that one straight every once in a while. I definitely know that pain.
So Heartsease, no changes for the Erie Otters. That means Dan Murphy's getting the pipes again. He's topped 29 of 33 last night for his 12th victory on the season. He's doubled up last year's win total already here through the first half. Murphy, 12, 13, 1-0, 3.76 goals against average and an .879 save percentage. And the scratches for the Erie Otters then are number 14, Hayden Fowler, number 49, Luke Beamish, and number 72, Peter Chaika, which brings us to our UPMC injury report with Hayden Fowler on the shelf. The clavicle fracture, the upper body injury keeps him out until the end of January, early February. He rode 40 minutes on the bike. He wasn't too thrilled about it. That's when he got the direction from Andrew Kukneski here when we just arrived. So Fowler making his way and looking to stay in game shape and jump back in the lineup for the second half of the season as we turn the calendar probably towards February. Luke Beamish is out with an upper body injury. This is the sixth game that he is missing with seventh game he's missing with an upper body injury. Peter Chaika, well, he's not injured. He is away with the Czech Republic squad to hoping to make the team for the World Junior Championship. It's the preliminary roster, and I think the Czech team is kind of waiting to see who they get back from some of the NHL squads before finalizing that roster. But Peter Chaika's got a shot, I would say, with 10 goals in his last 11 games for the Erie Otters before heading up on Wednesday to Vancouver for their training camp. So lines will all stay the same. No other changes throughout. Dan Murphy in the net. And Elias Cohen, who was last night's hero in his first OHL game, he's still in the lineup. He's going to be playing alongside Dan D'Amato and Brendan Sellen. Across the ice for the Sarnia Sting, you can scratch number 4, Ashton Reeser, number 11, Nolan Burke, number 27, Sean Chosling, and number 72, Justin McCombs, as Ethan Langevin will get the start. 9-8, 1-0, a 3.50 goals against average and an .883 save percentage for the 17-year-old from Brooklyn, Ontario. And Langevin, I think we saw once or twice. Really a lot of changes for this Sarnia team from the last couple of years. They kind of went for it last year in what was a pretty deep Western Conference, got as far as the second round, and lost to the Kitchener Rangers. But yeah, quite the turnover for these Sarnia Stings, Sean.
Quite the turnover, but they're a young team that actually is, I think, exceeding expectations right now. For the guys that they have in their roster, when you look at who left last year, anytime you have a player like Jordan Kyrou leave your organization, there's going to be some holes to fill. You look at a guy like Ryan McGregor, their captain, who's really stepping up. He's playing unbelievably this season, showing why the Toronto Maple Leafs used a draft pick on him. And I don't have enough good things to say about Ethan Langevin and net for the Sarnia Stings. He's really stepped up, showed that he's going to be a good young goaltender in this league. And while his record is just above 500 with a save percentage and goals against average maybe not being that great, he's really shown a lot in the games that he's played. And I look forward to watching him here again tonight.
And they've kind of made some changes in their net, too. And you mentioned how they're a younger team, and they got younger. They traded away Aiden Hughes to the Oshawa Generals, as we are actually really battling here, the sound system. There's not much we can do. We'll see what we can, once we get the game going, it'll change things up a bit. But I don't know where these speakers are at, but I can even hear it in my ears that we are certainly battling. But Aiden Hughes off to Oshawa early this week. They bring in Cameron Lamore from the Saginaw Spirit, as Saginaw also went a bit younger in net as well, with the backup with Prosvetov kind of running the show there. But yeah, for Sarnia, in a bit of a mix, and I'm curious to see what they do in the next couple of weeks. The trade freeze is on Monday with the World Junior and everything, but come trade deadline time, there's some good pieces that could be sent to some players in the rest of the OHL. Already made one move early in the season, trading away over to the Oshawa. I just must like trading with the Oshawa. Anthony Salazar, yeah. So there are some bodies here that could certainly help out a contender, and I'm sure teams that would love to scoop up, if you've got it, especially if you have an import spot open as well, like Hugo Lavinius and, some guys on the back end that can help out.
I would imagine that you're going to see Sarnia offload some guys. Someone like Adam Ruzicka could be trade bait for this thing moving forward, but the one guy that I'm really looking at would be Mitch Elliott, who's an overage defenseman, just signed with the Vancouver Canucks, and I would imagine there's going to be a lot of teams in the market for him. You look at Ottawa, who's expecting to come out of the Eastern Conference this year. They've already shown their hand trading for Michael DiPietro, and the fact that they have as many second-round picks still available as they do, plus two open overage spots, I would see Mitch Elliott being a possibility to go to Ottawa.
And, I know Ottawa would like to add, and I think it's also what I read last, Niagara Ice Dogs would like to add an OA defenseman, and I think they have one spot left on their squad if they wanted to add it, and they're looking to go that route. But, yeah, this team, I want to see where they go, and you're right, exceeding expectations, 6th in the Western Conference. I mean, they're second in goal scoring, and so they can certainly fill the back of the net.
Absolutely.
It's been the defensive side stopping the puck that's kind of hurt them a bit, but still in a playoff position. And for the Otters, these are games that teams that you're chasing that you got to win. You got to win last night over the Windsor Spitfires. A win here today would even draw you closer, as now you're just 2 points behind the Kitchener Rangers in the West standings. Erie got a little help last night with a come-from-behind victory for the North Bay Battalion, a 4-goal third period to down the Kitchener Rangers in regulation. So the Otters are certainly thankful for the help from the North Bay Battalion and that assist. But Sarnia's the other team you're chasing. You're just 7 points behind them. And these are the games that you kind of have to win.
Oh, absolutely. And you look at how tightly bunched the Western Conference is this year. Aside from the London Knights, everything's wide open. So there's nothing to say that the Otters couldn't get hot, go for a run in the second half. And it's not looking too likely with how young the team is and the fact that it's clearly a rebuild for the Otters. But you never know what can happen with junior hockey. And you get a group of young guys all pulling on the rope at the same time. They could go on a run and shoot themselves up maybe as high as 5th place in the conference. I know people aren't expecting it, but it's certainly a possibility.
This was part of the process for the Erie Otters. You knew there was going to be some trades last year. Taylor Radish was going to be a piece that you moved, and maybe some other bodies to kind of recoup draft picks. This year, they expected a lot of the young guys to take a step forward, and playoffs were kind of on the checklist as the next step for this young group and where they were going. And for the Erie Otters, you had a group of guys that are starting to take that next step forward, one of them being Jack Duff. At +6 last night. He's at +10 in his last 3 hockey games and helping the Erie Otters as they've been trying to get back to some fundamentals and get back to, well, simple defensive hockey by not allowing so many chances. And he's been a big part of that for the Erie Otters, a third-round pick back in 2016. He's going to take it over as one of the leaders for the Otters defense. And we'll chat with him when we come back on the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. More to come. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Jerry just gradually got worse and worse. Our doctor said the only thing that could save you is a live donor.
Karen's husband Jerry had end-stage liver disease and needed a transplant.
Our oldest daughter said, Dad, I'm a match, let's do this.
UPMC is the only hospital in the region that does living donor liver transplants.
UPMC saved all of our lives. My girls still have their dad. I still have my sweetheart.
I didn't choose to have my liver fail. I did choose UPMC.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Over the years, technology has greatly improved the productivity of the business office. From faxes and copiers to multifunction printers, now we just don't know how to get things done without them. That means you need a reliable printer, copier, and a dependable service plan. That's why you should trust Cooper Business Machines. They are Erie's only authorized dealer for sharp document systems. And most importantly, they'll maintain your machine so that it continues to, well, work. Just like your car, it needs regular maintenance and parts need to be replaced regularly. If your copier isn't properly maintained or you're not getting toner in a timely fashion, then you've been reminded of what it's like to work in the dark ages. Don't wait any longer. Your business requires dependability. Shouldn't you expect the same? Cooper Business Machines, Erie's only authorized sharp dealer and service provider. Helping you get back to business since 1980. Online at cooperbusinessmachines.com or call 456-7585. The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. Aaron Cooney here, joined this time by Erie Otters defenseman Jack Duff. And Jack, I want to go back to a couple weeks ago, and it was after head coach Chris Hartsburg was talking, and he mentioned how this team wanted to get back to simplifying things and kind of preaching a defensive brand of hockey and kind of eliminating chances and not allowing as many as the team had seen in a couple of games. As a defenseman, what was that message? How did you receive it and move that forward with your group?
I received it as a challenge. I mean, he wanted us to be more defensively sound and not allow as many goals. So I think the D-core, we worked really hard in practice just on simplifying games, quick passes out of the zone, and tried to limit the time in the D-zone because less time in the D-zone, less opportunities they have to score. So I think we just preached on that, and it's worked out these couple games.
And now you guys, you've won 3 out of your last 4 hockey games, and going into the break. How important is that here to pick up a few wins, and well, maybe it's not wins, but even just points before you go into the break, and you got a chance now to surpass your road win total tonight with a victory from last season?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, these next few games, we're playing teams that are ahead of us in the standings, and I think it's important to get these wins and just catch them in the standings before the break.
You were a +6 last night in a 7-4 victory over the Windsor Spitfires. It doesn't seem to happen too often. It's defenseman's on for just about every goal that the team scores, especially when there's that many. What was it last night that was working so well for the Erie Otters and for your team to pull out the victory, and to also that third period? I mean, the goaltender stops 20 shots. You guys are blocking it. There's a 5-on-3 you guys kill off. And what was it about that game that you guys seemed dialed in?
I think those kills were huge, and I think it just helped the energy on our team, and we just moved the puck up quick and simplified our game as usual, and pucks were just going in when I was on. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
And that team's one of the bigger and more physical teams. I mean, the Otters, I guess the forward group isn't as big and as well on the back end, but you yourself, Kurt Henry and Ryan Martin, you guys have some pretty tough challenge against some of those big boys. What's it like going out against them?
I just treat it as any other player. You just got to play them hard, and I mean, they probably don't like to be hit, so like any other player, and just hit them and get them off the game. And
you got one more here. You got the Sarnia Sting. Then you got a day off tomorrow, and then Sunday against the London Knights. Here in this building, you guys haven't seen this team at all this season. First matchup against the Sarnia Sting. They return a handful of pieces from last year. This team can score a lot of goals, but they also give up a lot. How are you approaching this one? How's the coaching staff? Any video they've showed you to get ready for the Sarnia Sting?
I think we're going to approach it as any other game. We just got to start simplifying our game and just get in those shot lanes and just move the puck up quick and limit the time in the D zone.
All right, thanks, Jack, and have fun here tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Jack Duff of the Erie Otters. Face-Off is next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital connect care managers and personal doctors to simplify your care and give you peace of mind. We're teaming up to make sure members with complex health conditions like diabetes and heart disease have a dedicated care manager working with their doctors to make sure they get the right care in the right place at the right time. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent, together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com to learn more.
When you have a great name you can trust, you know where you can get a great used car with guaranteed credit approval. Erie Auto Credit, the home of guaranteed credit approval 100% of the time. Stop in today or go to erieautocredit.com.
Sadly, crime can strike anyone at any time. The good news is the Crime Victim Center of Erie County has been here for 45 years helping all victims of crime, be it rape, theft, assault, vandalism, burglary, or abuse. Report any crime to the police within 72 hours to secure your rights to victims' compensation and restitution. Call the Crime Victim Center of Erie County at 454-9414. They'll assist you in filing a claim, and if you need counseling, contact them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not alone. The Crime Victim Center of Erie County can help. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
At ServPro in West Erie County, no job is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on ServPro in West Erie County at 814-806-1987. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, call ServPro in West Erie County, 814-806-1987 to help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
When you need a loan and you don't know where to get it, you gotta call Erie Auto Credit, Erie Auto Credit, and ErieAutoCredit.com.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Progressive Auto Sales Arena, where tonight the Ontario Hockey League presents the Erie Otters visiting the Sarnia Sting. Hello again, everybody. I'm Aaron Cooney, joined by Sean Bisson tonight on the broadcast. A special one for you if you're tuning in. Here to have Sean join me on this evening's broadcast. Otters and Sting first time this season. Dan Murphy gets the net for the Otters, 12-13, 1-0. Ethan Langevin between the pipes for the Sarnia Sting, 9-8, 1-0, a 3.50 goals against average and an 883 save percentage. Sean, you've seen the Sting more than me, at least. You've done the broadcast with Mark McKelvey when Owen Sound came to visit. What have you seen from them? I know they've had a bit of a change since then with the Salonitri trade and all, but still a formidable foe when you look especially on the goal-scoring side.
Oh, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that the Sting have going for them isn't their goal-scoring, but how heavy of a game that they play, especially on the back end. Kelton Hatcher has really developed into a premier defenseman in this league, and he makes people pay anytime they cross over the blue line into the Sarnia zone. He's a guy to keep your eye on tonight.
It takes right after a chip off the old block. His father, who's coaching, Darian Hatcher, the head coach of the Sarnia Sting. We get to action here, and it's Curtis Henry dishing it on for his partner, Jamie Drysdale. Right back for Henry. Erie looking to make it 3 in a row here as they tuck it up the right wing side. They've won 3 of their last 4 hockey games. Right wing, it's Garrett Podubny into the zone. 2 assists last night. His shot is blocked. Moved here by Sarnia to neutral ice. Henry will gather it in right in front of his own bench. Puts it off the skate of Hatcher. Here comes Joe Mack trying to get through. Tied up, and it rolls down to Langevin, who will cover and get our first whistle 32 seconds in.
Crowd applauding right now as the Sarnia Stinger officially announcing the signing of Mitch Elliott to an entry-level contract with the Vancouver Canucks. He's an excellent defenseman. We were talking about him pregame, and for him to sign an entry-level contract is huge. Just talk about the development that he's gone through in his time with Sarnia over the past year.
Face-off won by the Otters. It was to the left of Langevin. Sent on down to the near corner. Grabbed here by the Sarnia Sting and dished around by Elliott all the way down off a stick to Erie territory. No icing on this one, and a foot race is back as Kishik to play. He's bumped by McGregor. And in to watch this one, Luvenius is going to dig this one out. One of the premier goal scorers here. 20 on the season. Gives out to the point. Kick save made from a long-range try by Dan Murphy. His first of the hockey game. Rolls out in front, poked away by Kishnik. And it's on out to neutral ice to be chased down by Elliott. They're wearing their ugly Christmas sweater jerseys here tonight. The Sarnia Sting, which perfectly themed as the Erie Otters are on an ugly Christmas sweater road trip themselves. The team, I'm sure you saw it on social media yesterday. Team sporting their own jersey that they go and pick up. A lot of them coming from, well, either as Amazon and or the Salvation Army. But boys look good. Here's Greenman with a shot from the point, saved by goaltender Murphy, and he holds on. As I will get these numbers down, the white on black with green, and really opposite of their team's color scheme, which you usually don't see. But
you would think that it's the London Knights in town tonight playing against the Erie Otters, but they're actually pretty sharp. And typically you have a hard time reading the numbers on the back of these specialty jerseys that a lot of teams do throughout the league. But Sarnia with the white numbers, pretty easy to tell who's on the ice tonight. So
that's all we can ask for. If you're going to go dark, please make it light lettering. Centering pass here at the Sarnia Sting after it inside Erie territory. Nobody's home. It's chipped on down to the far side corner, battling as the Otters' Marcus Gillard. Turned around here, and it's being moved by the Sting up the boards, trying to protect that one. Wrapped up, sent down to the ice by one of the Otters. That was Alex Grit, Nothing on the way as the puck settles in the near side corner. Eggert turns it back behind the Erie net. Moved by Gillard up the blue line and popped up into the Erie bench. Snagged in midair by the Otters coach. That's a Wes Wolf, Erie's assistant coach, who will be our guest in the first intermission. A perfect segue with that one popping into the bench right to Wes Wolf for a one-hand snag.
Not only is he the sharpest dressed guy in the Ontario Hockey League, he's got some pretty good hands there too.
It's been voted unofficially for 2 years in a row, second year straight, the best dressed coach in the CHL. It may be self-awarded, but no one else has claimed it yet. So
whatever helps him sleep at night, I guess.
Moved up to the left wing side by the Otters. Fourth line on for here. There's Elias Cohen in the second OHL game. Tucks it along for Brendan Sellen. Erie working their way into the zone, but it's taken away by the Sarnia Sting, and they control now. Played up the near side, turning around, and just ran out of real estate right into Brendan Sellen with Kelton Hatcher. In comes Elias Cohen, right wing side, looks to get a shot away, and it's partially blocked, sent back up the near side, and here comes Hogue. And on out down the right wing, Theo Hill. Turned around by Henry. Erie rolls it back the other way. Taken by Sarnia and drilled right back ahead on the volley. Settled by the Erie defender, Curtis Henry. Tape to Drysdale. Looks ahead, Sellen. He's planted on the near side glass. There's Hatcher again. And the Sarnia Sting will take over. Braden Guy carries ahead through center ice across the red stripe into Erie territory now. Poke check by Henry. Loose puck on down to the far corner of the Otters' end. Tucked behind the net. Moved by Drysdale. Held in by Sarnia. Jamison Rees takes it over. Steps around one man. Poke check by Joe Mack before he can get anything away offensively. They tuck it to the front of the goal here. Blocked by Drysdale. It was deflected by Guy. And Erie ladles this one ahead to center ice to be settled down by Yakovlevich. Settled by Mack now, right at the red line. Shoot in on the cross corner. Grabbed by Grima. Almost coughed it up, but Ubney will find it. Tucks it to the front, looking for center. Follow up by Mack. Good save by Langevin. Probably the best for other goaltender so far. 3.5 in. Heavy hit from Kishnik. Look out. Down goes Reese.
Brandon Kishnik has asserted himself as a force in the Ontario Hockey League. That's not the first time he's caught a guy with his head down throughout the season. And he's making guys on other teams take notice, that's for sure.
Long range try from Mack, gobbled up by Langevin, and there's the stop. You're absolutely right. Kind of made his name known in the first game against the Flint Firebirds, and he has come to find guys and has a knack for finding with their head down in the neutral zone and laying some big bodies. Not the largest of customers at just 5'8", 175, but he packs a heavy punch.
Plays a lot bigger than his height and weight make him seem.
Erie's going to hold in for the point as Ryan Martin dishes down for Max Golod. Shot away. It's off the stick. Pops wide to the corner. Maximovic holds in. Now Jack Duff. His shot. That's blocked. Picked up by Hugo Lavinius. And his last game here for the Sarnia Sting, he will go join Team Sweden's preliminary training camp for the World Junior Championship as he tucks it on down to the near corner of the Otters end. Big battle aside. Dug out by Max Golod. Erie's going to send this one ahead to neutral ice off the stick of Kyle Maximovic. Reset. Here comes Sarnia back into the zone. Left side. McGregor into the zone. Throws it to the center this one, and it's just past the stick of Braden Guy on that try. Shot from the point off the mark. Taken over. Backhander. That sails high and out of play off the backhand of Perreault, who probably is one of the first rounders that doesn't get as much attention as he probably should with the year he's off to start.
He is playing some unbelievable hockey this season. Jacob Perreault, through 28 games so far, 14 goals, 12 assists. You can't ask for much more than that out of a 16-year-old rookie. He's really turning into an elite player in this league at such a young age. You don't see that very often.
19th overall is a tie up over the center of the right at the Otters blue line in front of their own bench. But you're right, yeah, Perreault doesn't get probably the media hype that a lot of the other first rounders have gotten in this OHL draft.
He went to the World Under-17 Challenge and really performed well this past November. I think moving forward, he's going to be a big part of the Ivan Helenka team in the summer. He's going to be a guy to watch for the first couple rounds, and not next year's NHL entry draft, but the following seasons.
Here he's still battling away inside the Sarnia zone. Finally settled down, and it's ahead for Martin, the Sarnia Sting, to send on in as Calvin Martin chases this one back behind the Erie net. Former Sault Ste. Marie Greyhound and Valdor Fureurs. As Drysdale pushes it up the near side, off the shelf, it'll bounce in. Nick Green will take over, working around the horn, just out of the reach of Sarnia outside their own blue line, and allows the Otters, as they reset, grab this one, and Ryan Martin ahead for Selin. One touch to head, bouncing just past Cohen, and it's going to be grabbed by Hatcher. He'll use the window, and it's back out to neutral ice. 5 minutes, 40 seconds off the clock. No score. Otters and Sarnia Sting for the first time this season. Aaron Cooney and Sean Bisson. Look out, Erie turns this one over. Here's Hogan in the zone with a wrist shot. Blocked nicely as Marcus Gillard had that gap up. Puts a body onto Hogue back behind the net. D'Amato takes over, and he's got room to skate through neutral ice. Comes weaving on through. He'll send it in. D'Amato and Cohen chase. Hatcher's going to move it. And there's D'Amato putting the body on Hatcher. Gets the puck right back from Cohen. Wraparound try. And it's defended away by Langevin. And they couldn't get a stick on it on that follow-up by Brendan Selin.
You can be sure Kelton Hatcher won't forget that hit.
I don't think he remembers, or he remembers just about everything, right, that comes back his way. And he'll look to throw the body into anything that moves. Anything in a white jersey tonight. Aside, well, maybe he will be the referees. You never know. Erie maybe goes to an icing call here as Joe Mack in a foot race with Kammer. But they win that draw, then the face-off here to the Otters end after the icing call.
Linesman Kyle Flemington making a little bit of a borderline call there, and it looks like it's going to go to center ice, actually. Kyle Flemington, of note, used to play for the Sarnia Sting from 2009 to 2011, so a little bit of a welcome home here for Kyle as he dons the stripes at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena.
Reese trying to shuffle it in. He's hit by Brendan Kishnick. They met earlier here in this hockey game, a big collision with the hit from Brendan Kishnick. Here's Mack into the zone right wing side. Wrist shot save, made a rebound. Singer crashing, going to get it towards the net. Backhands it from behind the goal. Langevin again says no. Gathered in on the far corner by Ruzicka. And here they come to center ice. Jameson Reese, he'll blast it into the zone. Erie settles it down. Murphy behind his own goal. Cannot clear. Kammer holds from the right point. In front near side. Here's Reese. His shot blocked by Kishnick. And it's going to be worked up the ball, but not out by Joe Mack. Held in. Here's Reese. Kick save made on the one-timer. Grabbed by Guy from the far half wall. Reese in the corner. Their first-round pick in 2017. Tied up by Jack Duff. They work it out back in front. Wraparound try. Save again by Murphy. And the rebound swept away to the far corner. They hold in. It's Hatcher. Hands off to the half wall. Reese once more. Man open the near side is Elliott. They don't go to him. They shoot it over the net on an attempt wide. Ruzicka back behind the goal. Battling here with Brendan Kishnick. Here comes Lavinius just on. Ruzicka once more. He'll join the the Slovakian team, as Ruzicka works back behind the net. Shuffles it along near side. Fed back down deep. Elliott gets a little underneath that one and puts it out of play. That'll stop the pressure inside the Erie zone. Erie will definitely take that whistle in a halted action with 12:15 to go in a scoreless hockey game.
That was a great battle between Brendan Kishnick and Adam Ruzicka below the Erie Otters goal line. When you look at how, we were just mentioning how Kishnick plays bigger than he is, 5'8", Adam Ruzicka is 6'4". Ruzicka had all he could handle with Kishnik down there. Really good whistle for the Otters and great defensive zone effort right now for the visiting team.
Shots 5-3 in favor of Sarnia. A couple on that shift alone. Jamison Reese working. McGregor's going to take this face off against Kyle Maximovich to the right of Dan Murphy. One by Sarnia. They give to the point. Hatcher just drops it off down low. It's Hugo Lavinius. Works on to the far side. Throws it in front. Backdoor save by goaltender Murphy. Throws it back in front. Paddled away by Murphy on the attempt from McGregor. Here's Hatcher now. Gives down low to the point once more. Glove down. Elliott winds. Slaps it along for Hugo Lavinius. Near side. It's Hatcher once more. Just dishes it down deep. They go to work again. Trying to stay with him is Drysdale. Lavinius turns out to the slot here at the circle. Back into the near side. And that goes wide of Perreault, who gathered off the corner boards. They set up once more. Elliott again, twisting in the corner. Comes back up the half wall. Watched by Maxim goal line. McGregor in the corner. Takes a bump from Kyle Maximovich. Tapped it back door. They score.
What a goal by Jacob Perreault. Actually, that's a true complete unit goal right there. Sarnia had the puck on a rope for the entire time they were in the offensive zone, and unbelievable pass from Hugo Lavinius, sliding it back behind the net, right onto the tape of Jacob Perreault, who one-timed it from the face-off circle to the left of Daniel Murphy. Not a whole lot the Otters goaltender could do there. That was just an unbelievable goal by the Sarnia Sting.
That was into the on the tape of Perreault and off into the back of the net. The referees didn't even see it. 1-0 Sarnia, and Jacob Perreault has his 15th of the season. You can tell they have a chemistry between that trio. The way they set that one up. Here's Erie launching it out to center ice. Trailing by one as the Otters give up the first goal of the hockey game once more here tonight. That's 2 straight that they have done so. Neutral ice, battle along the wall. Gillard's going to move it ahead to Brendan Hoffman. First-year man for the Erie Otters. That went off a stick and into the Sarnia bench with 11:03 to go in the first period. 1-0 Sarnia. Now they do average 4.18 goals per game. Second in the league, just behind the Niagara Ice Dogs.
We mentioned their big guns coming together to set up that goal. I think Sarnia had just about every single one of their top performers on the ice there except for Adam Ruzicka. That was truly a team effort, and again, Jacob Perreault, fantastic rookie season so far. Fitting that he puts that one in the back of the net.
Martin ahead, off the backhand of Cohen, able to reel this one in. Works in right wing side, down to the half wall. From the corner, he's bodied up by Jakovic. It's worked onto the circle by Erie, but it's all black and green jerseys of the Sarnia Sting. They go the other way. Calvin Martin with a shot, save made, a rebound, crash in the goal. Somehow Murphy keeps it alive, and onto the near corner we go. Egger crashing. Turned around is Elias Cohen of the Erie Otters, on for Ryan Martin. And he'll tap it along for Dan Zamato. Erie looking for a little energy here. Usually go to this fourth line as Ryan Martin digs it out at neutral ice. He finds Brendan Sellen at the right wing. He's going to back up now. Erie making changes. Pass along the line for Joe Mack. Kind of handcuffed him. Now Sproviero will send it into the Erie zone. Tapped along for Mack, and here comes Erie to center. Played off the linesman. Settled down as Cameron. Turns it over. Erie got a man in front. Backhand drive from Singer. Couldn't settle it down in time to get a clean shot away. It rolls wide. Reese will just sky this one up off the window to center and towards the Erie line. Settled by Ruzicka. Man open in front. Getting back in time was Kishnik. The pass was behind the intended receiver. Here's Garrett Podubny sidestepping a couple, but knocked off his skates as Ruzicka from the near side sweeps it into the Erie zone. Picked off by Jack Duff. And here come the Otters. Singer winds up. Slap shot. Glove save made. Popped out of that glove of Langevin. And moved by their D up the wall, but not out. First shot off the side of the cage from Kishnik. Back for Brendan Kishnik once more, and a poke from Singer. Couldn't handle that at the blue line. And a tie up here. You're going to go to the penalty box, I think, here. And as an interference call on the way, tripping call, Brendan Kishnik. You could have taken your pick there as he tried to run into Ruzicka and stop and give a little time for Jack Duff to make a pass. But Erie's going to be short-handed.
Just past the midway mark of this first period, and you're right, you can take your pick with what you want to call that. Interference, tripping. Brendan Kishnik, he's been engaged all night, plays on the edge a little bit. That was just one of those plays where he probably didn't need to make it right there. Official line.
Let me just get you this read here. Real food, real beer, real historic atmosphere. That's what you'll find at the brewery at Union Station. Erie's original brew pub and restaurant located downtown at 123 West 14th Street. That's the brewery, proud sponsor of the Erie Otters.
The official line on that Sarnia Sting goal at the 8:30 mark of the first period is Jacob Perreault from Hugo Lavinius and Ryan McGregor. So 3 of the guys that we were talking about as keys to the Sarnia Sting performing well tonight, they all combine on that goal. And I think all 5 guys on the ice touched the puck at some point during that play.
It seemed like that's where that shift and the previous shift before that really set it up. I think you got the offensive zone draw out of it, and shortly after that, they cash in. Now their power play will take the ice. 16th in the league at 16.7%. Erie's penalty kill, 19th in the league at 68.3%, and dead last on the road. McGregor steps in to take this draw against Chad Yetman and wins it back. They set up shop. Sarnia, Elliott, left side. McGregor takes a look, head up here, turns it on towards the center point area. Nobody home, and Maksimovic is going to try to chase this one down on the far side. Sarnia will get there in time. Spraviero able to work it away, and it's back out to neutral ice. Steal here by Maksimovic. Otters will go for a bit of a skate, play keep away, and then shoot it down the ice. But it went off of, I think, out of the Erie bench or something off the Erie bench where the whistle sounds. That's unfortunate for the Otters because you had a free chance to send that one down, but it's back to your own end, I believe, on the draw coming up to the left of Dan Murphy.
That's a good start to the penalty kill for the Otters, though. They controlled the puck right from the very start. Didn't let it Sarnia get anything set up. They're going to have to do that right off the draw here. Hopefully win the draw this time instead of letting Sarnia get possession of the puck.
Erie's allowed a power play goal in each of their last 6 hockey games. They went 5 of 6 last night, however, against the Windsor Spitfires. Sent down low, it's Lavinius. 20 goals on the season. Taken away on his pass, it's Brendan Sellen. He'll drop it the other way, the length of the ice. Slowed down by Langevin, he'll set it up. 8:40 to play, first period, 1-0. Sarnia Sting with the lead on home ice. Here's McGregor, running to by Henry. He'll stop that rush as the puck does roll into Erie territory on the near side. McGregor, he's going to find it once more. Knocked down by Duff. Lavinius digs it out, sends it in front, and nobody home. I don't think Ruzicka was expecting that pass. Erie will find along the near wall, and it's Joe Mack. Sending it on down, blue line, and back behind the Sarnia net. Spraviero drops it off at the line, picked up by Hogue. Shoots it in left side. It'll rattle around the horn, and Alex gets a chance to get there first, but it's kept alive down the right wing by Reese. 5 in this battle on the far side. Dug out by Sarnia. They leave it out to the blue line. Holding. Hogue looks left, gives to Perreault. Cross ice feed. Taken off the wall by Ruzicka. They look for Hogue at the line once more. Almost stick handle that one out of the zone as the Otters able to block that opportunity from Perreault. And then drilled down ice by Podubny on the clear. 20 seconds left on the minor penalty, tripping to Brendan Kishnick. Here comes Ruzicka, flying through center and across one line, steps around Martin, walks in, stick save made by Martin, by Dan Murphy on that shot. That rebound gathered up, and then Martin tripped up his man on the near side. That was Perreault, and Erie's going to be shorthanded. 5-on-3 for 2 seconds, but it's just going to keep it going here. The power play remains on for Sarnia.
That's unfortunate right at the tail end of the penalty kill. The Otters have been doing a great job so far, making sure Sarnia doesn't get anything set up, especially when the Sting have 2 lethal power play units. I was just noticing that Adam Ruzicka and Jacob Perreault are on the second unit for the Sting. It's a wealth of riches right there when you have a man advantage.
Erie wins this face-off. They'll lift it on down ice. Great way to start this one. Kishnick's out of the box. And now it's just 5-on-4. Ryan Martin, one of the Otters' penalty killers, top penalty killers, in the box for tripping. Sarnia will rip it in on the right wing side. Heading over is Henry. Found, though, however, by Spraviero and McGregor. Hammering around the wall. Hustle play here for Elliott. Erie gets there first, and it's ramped out by Kyle Maksimovic. They'll hold on and try to send it ahead for Yetman. Short-handed try now. Here's Yetman. Wrist shot. Glove save. Langevin. With the shot coming from the top of the right wing circle. I think everybody thought Jack Duff held that puck for a while. He's just going to shoot it in. And Yetman found a little lane.
That was a great heads-up pass there. It's too bad Yetman couldn't get the puck over on the 2-on-1. Short-handed 2-on-1s don't happen too often. That was a really good opportunity to get a scoring chance. It seems like for the first time in a long time, the Otters just tested Ethan Langevin.
They're absolutely only 5 shots on goal. 6:45 to play in the first. Erie still short-handed for a minute 23. A lot of the play has been down to our left inside the Erie zone and around Dan Murphy. There's a face-off win for Brendan Sellen and Kishnick and Jack Duff. They'll just give ground back up to their own end. And Duff will drop it off into the far corner of inside Sarnia territory. Moved there by Langevin. And here they come left wing side. Reese out to neutral ice. With speed to the others. Oh, look out. Ducks around one man. Walks in. Backhander. He scores. What a move from Jamison Reese to walk the Otters deep and tally one on the power play. It's 2-0 Sarnia.
You're going to see that one on a lot of highlight reels tonight and tomorrow. Jamison Reese with one of the nicest goals of the year that I've seen in the Ontario Hockey League. What a heads-up play by Ethan Langeman to start that from behind his own goal line. Goaltender's going to get an assist on this one.
Puts the puck right through the legs of Brendan Kishnick and Jamison Reese. Yeah, highlight reel stuff. On the power play, 2-0 Sarnia. Tipped in by Gritz. Back to even strength now, 5-on-5. As the Otters hold in from the left side. Chip one towards the net. That's blocked by Cameron. They'll hand off behind the near side corner of their own end. Calvin Martin tied up by Drysdale. Kept alive in the side. As a reverse, Hatcher on for Cameron on the far side. They are playing 5 defensemen here tonight. Down a man. Some injury trouble. As a foot race all the way down to the Otters' end. And they'll beat out the icing call. They force the hand of Dan Murphy. Nice hustle play from Calvin Martin to force Murphy to cover this one up. What should have been an icing call. Draw will be the left of Dan Murphy coming up here.
It's 2-0 for the Sarnia Sting so far, but none of this is on Daniel Murphy. He's made a handful of fantastic saves so far in the first period, and with 5:55 to go, he's going to need to keep coming up with some big saves for the Erie Otters throughout the night.
A big save on that first power play because, again, using speed on a couple of their entries. As he stopped Ruzicka, here's a slap shot from the point coming from Elliott, and that's blockered out of play by Dan Murphy, who makes his 10th stop of the night with 5:50 to go here in the first. Yeah, Erie does not score the first goal often. And when they give up that first goal, they're 6-14 in hockey games. One of those wins coming last night. Right off the draw, another one whistles high over the net as Perreault sends that one over the cage. Battled at the near side of the Otters line and offside as Perreault dished it back in with McGregor ahead of the play. This draw comes out to the neutral zone. Erie chasing Sarnia in the standings. Sarnia third in the West Division and 6th in the Western Conference with 34 points. Erie 7 points behind them after the win last night. They got 27. Still sit at the bottom of the Midwest Division. Look out, Erie coughs it up their own end. One time around the way. Kick saved by Murphy as he stops McGregor at the right wing circle.
McGregor didn't get all of that one, but that's still a fantastic save by Daniel Murphy. Read the play beautifully, and the pass from Jacob Perreault was just a little bit too slow. Murphy was able to get over there, no problem, and get his left pad out.
Icing on the way. Sarnia guilty on this play. Erie will have an offensive zone draw on the way. As that's the forecheck. That trio working together. McGregor along with Perreault. And forced the turnover. That time it was grabbed right between the Otters circles. Max Golub couldn't reel that one in. They set up McGregor. And fortunately for Erie, he did not get everything on that shot.
I know we're only 5 minutes left in the first period, so we've only played 15 minutes of hockey here tonight, but turnovers have been a theme for the Erie Otters, especially in their own zone. They're sure Craig Hartsburg and the coaching staff are going to look at trying to eliminate that moving forward, especially as they go into the intermission.
Erie loses another one just inside their own line. Martin's going to battle and get it back, however, as he's shoved down to the ice by McGregor. Loose puck at the Otters circles near side. Joe Mack hands it right to McGregor. Yakovlevic, Hill is going to hold in, send it in deep. Reese steps back on as he looks to take this one away from Marcus Gillard to the Otters, back behind the Erie net. Here come the reinforcements for Sarnia, and Reese is going to dig this one loose on the far side. We didn't see much of Jamison Reese last year. Spent a lot of it injured. Wrist shot on the way. Save made. Murphy gobbles up the rebound as Ruzicka put that one right onto the pads of Murphy, and he finds that rebound quickly.
We talked a lot about Jacob Perreault tonight, but Jamison Reese is another young player for the Sarnia Sting that maybe doesn't get as much ink as he should. Extremely talented guy in his second year in the league. He's going to be a big part of this team moving forward.
And he missed a lot of the second half of the season with a knee injury. Only 46 games played last year. As they win this draw, and there's Reese again, and that one may have hit off the post after it grazed off of Dan Murphy. Back to the far side corner. And here he's going to have to change this one up and talk about it during the intermission. They got to get the play out of their own end. Another one on the way from the point blocker by the Otters goaltender. And the Otters sky this to center ice, where it's knocked down by the Sting, and they come back into the zone. Fortunately, running out of a run, really run off the puck by Hoffman. It was Reese, and Erie has it now. Taken away from Gritz and just knuckled ahead to Erie ice with 4 minutes to play. 2-0 Sarnia Sting. I'm Aaron Cooney. Sean Bisson joining us on the broadcast here from the Progressive Auto Sales Arena as Calvin Martin brings it back to the Otters zone. Trying to get the pass across. Comes right back to him. Puts a shot on goal. That's stopped by Murphy from a sharp angle. Guided to Hatcher. Wrister off the mark. Hits the end boards. He'll get to the rebound first once more. Sarnia at possession from the point. Shot on the way. Rebound. Score. It bounced off of Murphy, a flutterer, and then stashed in front for a 3-0 Sting lead.
That relentless pressure by the Sarnia Sting, especially deep below the Erie Otters goal line, paying off for them. 2 really solid shots with a lot of traffic in front of the net from the point. The first one by Kelton Hatcher, the second one by his defense partner, and next thing you know, it's in the back of the net for the Sarnia Sting on the rebound.
That one just kind of knuckled through and, yeah, absolutely fooled Murphy as he looked to kind of field it underhanded like a pop-up, but it hit off the cuff of his glove, dropped right in front, and easily stashed in by Martin. I don't think you're close to it yet because the Otters have shown they can score goals. 7 last night, but you're getting close to hitting the panic button. Down 3-0 here in the first. D'Amato slings it through the front. Here's Cohen turning, firing, scores! Who wants to walk with Elias? Elias Cohen with 2 in as many games, and it's 3-1. Erie gets one back.
That is a big response for the Erie Otters. You don't want to head into the first intermission down 3, having let Sarnia score almost at will here. It's a really big response for the guy making his second ever appearance in an Ontario Hockey League game. He's batting 1,000 right now.
Elias Cohen. This one, his first goal, not one for the highlight reels. You take it as it bounces off you. This one, he's able to get the shot away and put it through Ethan Langevin. And for the Erie Otters, this has really been a Chris Hartsburg staple. After they get scored on, the fourth line heads onto the ice, just trying to get some energy, build something for the team. And they spark the group with some energy, and it does it right here. They push that button once more, and the Otters swing it into the net. Elias Cohen with 2 goals and 2 OHL games, and it's 3-1. Sarnia Sting lead.
The Ontario Hockey League is all about development and getting your fourth line out, especially when it's a group of younger guys right after a goal. That's huge for their confidence. It shows that the coach will actually trust them in situations where things might not be going well for their team. Really big play right there by Elias Cohen, and like I said, good response headed into the intermission now.
Erie turns it over at their own line. It's going to be held in by Cameron. Now back behind the Otters goal. Move for Brendan Sellen, tucks it out ahead. Dan D'Amato able to deflect this out to neutral ice. Taken over by Grima, the former Peterborough Pete. And drops it right in front of the Erie bench. They can't play it as they make changes. Now it's going to be moved by Henry as Erie gets 5 on the ice. Sent off the body of Drysdale. Stopped there by 4 in white. He's going to try to work this one ahead. On for Chad Yetman. Golod in flight. Left wing side. Max Golod head down. Curls it to the front of the net. Bouncing puck. Drysdale looking for it. It's knocked the blue line and held in by Curtis Henry. Golod back down the near side while looking for Yetman. It's going to be skied ahead on the intercept by Sarnia. And back to Erie ice. Foot race here as Perreault takes it away from Henry. Look out, walked in front. Lovenius absolutely buries that one. 4-1 Sarnia.
That's what makes Hugo Lovenius so dangerous. Doesn't matter where he gets the puck on the ice. He's got a heavy shot right there. Daniel Murphy didn't even see that one as it went past him.
1 minute and 4 seconds after the Otters got on the board. And it's 4-1 Sarnia. They reestablish the 3-goal lead. And there's another great play by Jacob Perreault to hunt down that puck, take it away from Curtis Henry, and sets up Lovenius for the finish.
It's a young Sarnia Sting team. It's not the most talented Sarnia Sting team that they've had here in a few years, but they are relentless. They will work. That's just a direct reflection of their coaching staff.
Rolled in down deep. Darian Hatcher and company. And their squad ahead by 3, and they may look for more now. Right wing side, offside, however. It was Rosichka and Braden Guy. It could have been a 2-on-1, but it rolls away from Guy. He couldn't bring it in on time. Face off in the neutral zone, right in front of us here. That gives us a chance to take a look at our officiating crew. That's brought to you by Laser Eye Surgery of Erie. Drew Jackson, Ben Wilson, our referees, Kevin Hastings, and Kyle Lemington on the lines. Snapped off the end boards of the Otter zone after face-off win for Sarnia. They try the near side. It'll get out the center, but it's grabbed by the Sting, and they possess it once more. Kishnick turned around. Oh, look out. Here's a 2-on-1 again into the zone. Trying to pass it across. They get it right back. Ruzicka just misses on the shot after Jack Duff blocked the pass, and Ruzicka got it back for the shot opportunity. Sarnia continues to work. Here's Hatcher left side, trying to put it to the front. Erie knocks a man down as the intended receiver as they push it out to center ice. Here's Joel Mack, one-on-one into the zone, right wing side. Plays it off a body, settled by Podubny. Gets a shot away, and it's stick save made by Langevin. Rebound to the corner. Here's Gillard at the point. His shot scooped up by Langevin and rolls back out of his glove as Reese puts this one out to neutralize. Podubny trying to knock it down. Here's Guy back in the zone. Now for Ruzicka, right side, wrist shot. And he rifles that one off the glass high. Erie pokes at the center ice. That's a handful of odd man opportunities for that line on that shift. Back behind the Erie zone. And in behind their goal. Taken away by Sproviero. Trying to bounce it in front. Grabbed by Marcus Gillard into the final 50 seconds of this first period. 4-1 Sarnia Sting lead. Erie wants one more if they can. Shot from Hoffman as he crosses the blue line. Blocked by Yakovlevic. Up out of play with 43.7 on the clock.
Trying to listen to the public address announcer as plays going on. It appears as Daniel D'Amato with an assist on Elias Cohen's goal. That's two young guys combining, which down 4-1. You're looking to take some positives away from this first period. That's definitely got to be one of them.
Buck turned back behind the Sarnia net. 39 seconds to go in this first period. 4-1 Sting. And look out, they have another 2-on-1. Right wing side, tap it to the front of the net. Nicely blocked by Martin. Didn't let that pass get through. Sproviero flying into the zone. Egger gives to the point. Grima, his shot, deflected on goal. That was by Sproviero again. And Murphy makes the stop. Here's Martin. Calvin Martin of the Sarnia Sting. Sproviero turns and he's tied up by Alex Gritz. Egger comes across. He'll grab the puck. He's bodied by Ryan Martin of the Otters. Kick loose. Sproviero with 8 seconds left here. Turns it up to the point. Yakovlevic right back down deep. 4 seconds left here. Martin finds the puck. They got to get it towards the net if they want something, but they won't have enough time as Yakovlevic unable to get a shot towards the net. And the Erie Otters find themselves down 4-1 through 20 minutes of play.
Not the ideal road period for the Erie Otters. On their heels most of the evening so far in Sarnia. Their lethal offense just taking advantage of the opportunities, especially the turnovers.
And towards the end, there's a lot of odd man opportunities. Erie outshot 20-8 in that first period. And if it's one thing, Erie first periods have not been their best throughout the season. And we'll look for the adjustments as Chris Hartsburg will have the discussion with his group here following as we head into the UPMC intermission report. We're going to take a break. We'll hear from assistant coach Wes Wolf when we come back. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
As a CEO, I want the best from our employees. In return, they want the best from their company, especially when it comes to their health benefits. That's why we choose UPMC Health Plan. It gives our employees in-network access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the world-class care of UPMC. And the best part? It's affordable for all of us.
For the quality, affordable coverage your company deserves, here's the plan, UPMC Health Plan.
This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Powerball tickets, 6 match 6 chances, 5 cash points, 4 cash for lives, 3 pick 3s, 2 Mega Millions.
Pennsylvania lottery tickets make great gifts, like the new Cash Kringle, with top prizes of $100,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
And best wishes from the lottery.
Listen to this. Do you hear that? That's the sound of all the people clicking on your website right now. That's right, crickets. Get a website worth clicking about. Call or text Epic Web Studios at 814-746-6987 and turn silence into this.
The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You oughter be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
Few things hurt as much as a family or relationship that begins to unravel, and the longer it goes, the worse it feels. No matter how bad it seems, it doesn't have to be that way. There is hope. If you or a loved one needs help, call Family Services of NWPA today. Counseling is available for families, individuals, and couples. Take the first step at fsnwpa.org. Family Services of NWPA is a proud sponsor of the Erie Otters.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the UPMC Intermission Report. Aaron Cooney here, joined this time by Erie Otters assistant coach Wes Wolf. And Wes, it seems like this team is pretty bright here in this portion of the season, going into the final couple games before the holiday break, picking up points. A win last night, 7-4 over the Windsor Spitfires. They've won 3 of their last 4 hockey games now. How has this team kind of turned things around after that dip on home ice towards the end of November?
I think it comes down to execution more than anything else. We fine-tuned a few things with regards to our defensive zone, changed our neutral zone forecheck and our forecheck to accommodate more the playing style of some of our players, I think. And it's simple execution. Like I said, I think the players have really started to buy into how we need to play as a team, and it's nice to see the results show over the last 4 games, like you mentioned.
We're nearing the midway point. This is game 32 for this team. It's almost an even schedule where you'll finish up at 33, off by 1 as we head into the holiday break. How have you seen this team progress and grow to the point they're at? A handful of first-year guys as well, second-year guys that are pushed up into a more prominent role. But now into game 32, does it look like a team that's very comfortable now in the Ontario Hockey League?
Without a doubt, I think you have to look no further than our road record. Last night we equaled our entire season total of road wins from the previous year, and I think a lot of that has to do with experience, guys learning how to develop a routine, how to prepare themselves to play on the road. Obviously, we'd like to improve our home record a little bit, but I think when you start to see the results in games that are a little bit more difficult, like road games, it's a good sign that your team is starting to feel comfortable in terms of how to play the game. And, you know, with the first-year guys, I think a lot of nights they've been players that are bringing the energy that we need. They're our best line some nights, and it's nice to be able to rely on those guys to bring something when maybe some of the other guys aren't, and you can trust them to be on the ice in different situations. And I think it's really provided flexibility for the coaching staff and a little bit more comfort for everybody knowing that we can roll out 4 lines.
In your period of time with the Erie Otters in the 3 seasons, you've seen one of the oldest groups in a pretty well-developed and seasoned group in your first year to now it's the youngest team in the league, if you average out all the ages. Is there a different psychology? Because I see the way you communicate and work with these players and, you know, treat them as one of their own and right on the same kind of page. But is there a different psychology that you work with these guys now, being a younger team, as compared to maybe your first year with guys that have been in the league longer and more experienced?
I think older players are more independent by nature. They may need a little less in the way of teaching, but at the same time, you're coaching people first. It's a relationship business, and it's no different than if you're a banker or if you're in marketing. You know, life is a people business, and I think, you know, we take pride in the fact that we treat our players as people first, and you try not to commodify people. It's a transformational business, coaching, not a transactional business. And so, as different as it is with some of the younger players, you have different concerns, schoolwork, or a little bit of maturity. But at the same time, I think at the end of the day, they're people just like you and I, and it doesn't really change that relationship part of it.
I do want to look at a couple players because last night you saw a few guys one guy kickstart his career, another guy hopefully kickstart a second half of the season. But looking at Max Golod first, the last 2 weeks he's done everything but score, it seemed like, and finally gets a pair. Is this what he needed to kind of jumpstart and kind of inject life here and go to the second half of the season?
There's no doubt. You look at his shooting percentage from last year to this year, it's taken a significant hit, and typically that's a sign of a player who's due to break out. It evens out over time. Max and I have spent a lot of time together just talking about his game, watching video, and staying patient more than anything else. I read an old adage not that long ago about a stone cutter who pounds the stone 100 times and no cracks show, and on the 101st try you hit the stone and it shears in half, and you know it was not necessarily the 101st one that did it, but the 100 before where you never saw the results. And I think that really speaks about volumes on how Max's season's gone. I think he's been pounding the stone, and the results haven't necessarily been there, but it was really good to see him get the monkey off his back last night and get a couple goals. But more importantly, I think his game has come a long way. He's learned, if anything else, by not being on the score sheet, how to be productive without having goals and assists. And I think that's only going to bode well for him moving forward.
Something about Elias Cohen, he looked like a guy that fit right in. That first shift, maybe it took him a little bit. He was a little bright-eyed, it kind of seemed like. But after that, the guy goes right to the front of the net, gets rewarded with his first OHL goal in his first OHL game. But other than that, he seemed like he fit right in there with the Otters' fourth line.
He's a really intelligent hockey player, and I think that was evident his first couple shifts, having never played our system before, being able to execute. He got into the forecheck, his stick position was good, he was able to provide some support for those guys and generated a couple scoring chances. And as a smart hockey player, he knows if you go to the net, you're going to get rewarded, and it was really nice to see him score, and game winner no less. But I think more than anything else, we talked about it, playing your game. And there's a reason why he was signed as a 16-year-old by our organization, and there's a reason why he has the opportunity to play. And it's just being comfortable knowing that that's the game that we want him to play, not change and try and be someone else. And I think he was able to do that last night. Hopefully he can do it again here tonight.
Thanks for this, Wes, and good luck here against the Sarnia Sting.
Thanks a lot, Aaron.
That's Wes Wolf, assistant coach for the Erie Otters. We got more coming up on the UPMC Intermission Report. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Powerball tickets, 6 match 6 chances, 5 cash 4 cash for lives, 3 big threes, 2 Mega Millions.
Pennsylvania lottery tickets make great gifts, like the new Cash Kringle, with top prizes of $100,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
And best wishes from the lottery.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital make it easier to get quality care by investing in new facilities close to home, like an enhanced emergency department, renovated operating suites, an all-new cancer center, and the Eastside Health and Wellness Pavilion opening in 2019. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent. Together for health. Together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com to learn more.
Meet you at Molly's before the game, after the game, or for the game. The Modern Irish Pub is the Otters away game headquarters with live stream broadcast. Molly Brannigan's hospitality is rivaled only by her cooking. Our new menu features the finest homemade Irish fare, along with a wee bit of the unexpected. Happy hour is the perfect pre-game. Score with buy one, get one appetizers and discounted drinks. And don't forget to try our Otters signature sandwich, the ultimate fan food. Molly Brannigan's, just north of Perry Square on State.
What sedan lets you hit the road and not the gas station? With an average of 37 miles per gallon highway, it's a 2018 Nissan Sentra. This compact sedan has a sporty profile thanks to its sleek aerodynamic design. It also has other great standard features like Bluetooth and remote keyless entry. The 2018 Nissan Sentra. 0 down for only $199 a month. Sign and drive. What's the best-selling SUV in America? It's the Nissan Rogue. 0 down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. The Rogue has standard features such as zero-gravity seats, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and rear cross-traffic alert. Zero down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. Stop in and meet the Rogue family at Interstate Nissan, 1.5 miles south of I-90 on Peachtree.
18 Nissan Sentra, selling price $19,247, VIN JY320068. 18 Nissan Rogue, selling price $26,100, VIN JP503998. Both leases 12,000 miles per year for 36 with Tier 1 credit approval through NMAC. This payment is plus tax, title, license, stock fee, and $595 acquisition fee.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the UPMC Intermission Report. Sorry about that. Was catching up with Lee Cunningham on the radio broadcast for the Sarnia Sting. I'm Aaron Cooney. Sean Bisson with us on the broadcast tonight. We got to quickly recap this one for you as the Otters trailed the Sarnia Sting 4-1 after 20 minutes of play. In that first period, it was really all Sarnia. They outshoot the Otters 20-8 in the first frame, and the goals were aplenty with at 8:30 opening the scoring. Jacob Perreault continues his great rookie season to begin his OHL career. Then at 13:34, Jamieson Reese on the board on the power play. 16:25, they add another one with Calvin Martin sneaking one through. But the Otters finally get one on the board, and it's Elias Cohen doing it again. His second in as many games. It's a 3-1 hockey game. But Hugo Lavinius doing what he does, his 21st of the season, and the Otters trail 4-1 here against the Sarnia Sting through 20 minutes of play. We will check the out-of-town scoreboard. That's brought to you by the Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You ought to be staying with the best. We will do that when we come back from this final break. I'm Aaron Cooney for Sean Bisson. We'll be right back with the second period coming your way on the Erie Otters Radio Network, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Jerry just gradually got worse and worse. Our doctor said the only thing that could save you is a live donor.
Karen's husband Jerry had end-stage liver disease and needed a transplant.
Our oldest daughter said, Dad, I'm a match, let's do this.
UPMC is the only hospital in the region that does living donor liver transplants.
UPMC saved all of our lives. My girls still have their dad. I still have my sweetheart.
I didn't choose to have my liver fail, but I did choose UPMC.
Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Where are we? The answer is right here, in your hometown, in your neighborhood, in your community. We are here offering 2-year degrees in workforce development where it's needed the most. With evening classes, our students can balance life and work without having to leave their community. Visit regionalcollegepa.org for our degree options and application process. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. This could change everything.
Love where you live? Find yourself here with NPRC and enroll for spring 2019.
Hi, this is Ed Rendell. I've got to admit that I was sort of a dinosaur when it came to using social media. But my son found Epic Web Studios, and we began working with them. And they've done an incredible job with us. They've significantly increased our followers on Twitter and Facebook. They make sure that we put up the right things. They capture every good thing that I've said or done on TV and get it out real quickly. And it's been just a revelation to me, and they've been tremendous to work with.
Don't be a dinosaur. Call or text Epic Web Studios at 814-746-6987.
Welcome to Tim Hortons.
I'll take a coffee and...
How about a bagel breakfast sandwich? They're just 2 for $4.
Oh, I like that.
Freshly prepared with savory sausage, fluffy egg, and melted cheese on a freshly baked bagel. Just 2 for $4.
I like that. I just fist bumped your speaker.
Oh, I just fist bumped you back.
Get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches on a plain bagel or English muffin for just $4. Or mix and match for $4. Great quality at a great value. It's all good at Tim Hortons. No substitutions or additions, limited time only at participating restaurants.
An Erie landmark since 1953, Nunzi's Place serves generous portions of great food at reasonable prices. Family owned for almost 60 years, Nunzi's prepares the finest Italian cuisine in Erie. Come see why the Erie Times News said Nunzi's is known for food that tastes good. Nunzi's Place, located at 2330 East 38th Street near the Bayfront Connector. To call for reservations or place an order for takeout, call 825-2940. Nunzi's, known for Italian food that tastes good since 1953.
the new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back to the Progressive Auto Sales Arena, where the Erie Otters trail the Sarnia Sting 4-1 through 20 minutes of play. I'm Aaron Cooney. With me on the broadcast tonight, Sean Bissett. And Sean, before I bring you in here, I got to look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That's always brought to you by the Sheraton Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels. A quick look around the OHL. Owen Sound and Kingston, they're scoreless after one. Sault Ste. Marie leads Mississauga 1-0. Ottawa with a 2-0 lead over Flint. Saginaw leads Windsor 2-1. 1-1 Kitchener and Sudbury through one period. Scoreless between Guelph and Peterborough. We got a big deal to talk about that later. Niagara leads London 1-0. 2-0 Oshawa over Hamilton. As we get back to action with the Otters, they got work to make up here. There's a collision back behind the Erie goal. Otters moving right to left here on your computer screens, radio dials, as they look to catch up to this Sarnia State squad. Here they come, right wing side. Dan Singer into the offensive zone. For Garrett Podubny in the slot. Shot scores! 8-0 but a G thing. Garrett Podubny, 23 seconds in, puts the Otters on the board. 4-2 here in the second.
That is how you come out of an intermission when you're trailing 4-1. Garrett Podubny, lethal from that spot, right in between the hash marks. Unbelievable shot, beats Ethan Langevin. And for the Erie Otters, who thoroughly outclassed in the first period, that is how you respond. That's a statement goal right there. And they're not out of this game by any stretch.
Give Garrett Podubny 10 goals in his last 13 hockey games, 15 points in those 13 games. And the Otters, that's the way to start the second, much like they did last night. They scored 3 goals in 2 minutes and 44 seconds against the Windsor Spitfires in the second period. As now they got to play catch-up. Working on far side corner, thrown to the point here. Wrist shot save made as Noah Battalia's in the net for the Erie Otters to start this second period. Trying to tuck it out in front. Yetman takes it away. And it's guided on ahead for Kyle Maximovich. He'll float it into the zone off the backhand of Kelton Hatcher, who rattles it off the far boards and chips it up off of Kyle Maximovich. Another chance to clear. They'll find Perreault right wing side with numbers. Left wing, look out, right back Perreault. They get a right back. Wow, what a passing clip. Perreault to McGregor, and right back to Perreault. 5-2.
Noah Battaglia hung out to dry a little bit there, and he comes in. That's the second shot he faces in 1 minute of play in the second period. No better luck than what Daniel Murphy had in the first period. And you can't blame Murphy for any of the goals that went in. There was maybe one that he would have wanted to have back when he bobbled the puck a little bit, but despite allowing 4 goals in the opening 20 minutes, he made a lot of really good saves for the Otters as well.
One of those things, yeah, you got to try to spark your team somehow. But after the Otters got on the board 23 seconds in, it takes Sarnia just a minute into the period and 37 seconds after the Otters to go back up by 3. And again, the skill on display there with Perreault, McGregor and company. Give and go, and another on-man break Erie's given up in this hockey game. That was another 2-on-1.
Ryan McGregor was a 6th-round pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the 2017 NHL entry draft. The way he's playing this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a real shot in the American League next year, and it won't be too long before we see him in the NHL.
Kammer will rip it in from the red line. Onto the far side corner. There's Calvin Martin. As Sarnia, though, they've got their average in goal scoring. They have scored the most goals in the Ontario Hockey League coming into this one. They may not have the average in goal scoring, but they lead the league with 138 coming into this one. As Emmett Sproul tucks it into the zone, right wing side. Langevin will move it. Snaps it right back to the far boards. Settled by the Sarnia Sting, and they'll charge to center ice. Almost caught that one up to Brendan Hoffman, but Cameron recovers. They'll drop it in off goaltender Noah Battaglia. And here's Ryan Martin battling in the circle. Look out. They turn the puck over right at the circle. Here able to poke check it away at the last second as the Otters' Marcus Giller trying to work this one away. They step in front of Hogue. D'Amato out here with Brendan Hoffman, who shoots it on in. He'll make his way to the bench for a change. Erie, though, guilty of an icing call. Couldn't get the center red line. And it's all back to the Erie zone.
Neutral zone icing, though, allows them to get the change in at least. And before we get to the play here, the public address announcer just letting us know that that 5th Sarnia goal, Jacob Perreault from Ryan McGregor and Hugo Lavinius, that's the 3rd goal tonight that trio has combined on. So each of those players, 3 points through 22 minutes of action tonight.
Boy, they just have a connection, too, right? They just know where each other's going to be. This is the first time for me seeing them Them playing together as the Otters move it ahead to center ice. Cohen to Brendan Selland. Left wing side, Zamato crashed in the net here. As Selland run to the near side boards. Down goes Elliott. The Erie Otters bounce into the front here. Selland couldn't get a stick on it. It's just a bouncing puck that wouldn't settle for him to get the blade on it. Turned the other way by Alexander Hogue. As turning Curtis Henry protects the puck in the corner. Another man comes crashing into Theo Hill. Selland takes it from the wall and ahead. Here comes Erie's Jamie Drysdale leading the march to center ice. Drysdale across the blue stripe. Hands across for Cohen off his skate. He lost an edge and goes down, and here comes Sarnia once more. Numbers again. Grima to Ruzicka right side. In front. Wrist shot squeezed on through. And Braden Guy makes it 6-2.
3 minutes into the second period, and what was just an unfortunate pass from Jamie Drysdale that bounced off of Elias Cohen's skate as Cohen was falling down to the ice, results in an odd man rush to the opposite way. Adam Ruzicka with one of the easiest passes he'll ever see in this league. Wide open Braden Guy, high in the slot. That's going to be a goal that Battaglia wants back.
That was one that the Otters would need as Erie's given up 2 on 3 shots in the first 3 minutes here. 6-2 the lead for the Sarnia Sting. Here's Garrett Podubny out at center ice. Right side, Singer into the zone. He'll try a shot that's blocked. It trickles down behind the Erie goal. Fouled by Joe Mack, wins that battle. Trying to throw it to the goal off the side of the net. He'll get it right back into the corner. Mack to Duff, off his skate. Jammed ahead by Sarnia, and Guy moves it to the center ice. Oh, look out. Here's Ruzicka on a breakaway. Ruzicka goes the forehand. Stopped by Battaglia, decides to cross. Thrown back in front by Sarnia, but held in by the Sting. Bounce one off the far corner. Singer over skates. Erie unable to clear. Here's Jamison Reese now with it. He walks the circles now, cuts the backhand, drops it off. They hold with Ruzicka to the near side corner. Erie can steal and just shoot it up the boards, but not out. Sliding down is Garrett Podubny. He'll tuck it to the neutral zone. Gets right back up, and he'll skate with it now. And just shoot it in. That'll be nice and calm the Otters once more. With 16 minutes to play in the second period, but it could have gone a lot worse with Adam Ruzicka on a breakaway from the blue line in. Battaglia, a huge stop.
Battaglia obviously wasn't looking to let anything by him after that last goal went in. When a guy like Adam Ruzicka gets a wide open look like that, you expect him to bury it. That was a great save by Noah Battaglia to make sure that it didn't become 7-2.
They got it again in front. One-timer. Blocked by the Otters as guess who was open? Perreault. He's got it now behind the net. Working against Jamie Drysdale. Tries to force him off the puck. Pushes him to the near boards. Perreault feeds it across the ice. Elliott holds in. Backhands one, tucking it back behind the Erie goal. And there's the big frame of Hugo Lavinius taking over. Lavinius looking for Perreault. Goes off his skate. Perreault settles it down. Hatcher has it. Hit shot through traffic. That hit Henry. Drops right in front, and Erie pokes it out to center ice. It'll roll across the red line. As the Erie Otters trying to steal here, here's Yetman providing some pressure against Elliott. And knocks him on down to the ice. And Erie has the puck in the offensive zone. It's goal line after the takeaway. To Henry at the point. Drags. Fires. Wow, lock down in front here. Where's the puck? Drilled the other way. Battaglia's going to watch this go for an icing call. And they won't be able to make a change. I was waiting to see as that puck crossed the red line. Jamie Drysdale was there a little bit late on that whistle, but Erie gets the face-off coming down inside Sarnia territory to the left of Ethan Langevin.
A little bit of miscommunication there by Mitch Elliott and Kelton Hatcher led to that opportunity for the Otters, and it was everything that they could do, just get the puck right back out down the ice. I think the officials were a little bit confused as to what was happening there because they expected the whistle to be blown early for the icing, but Sarnia Sting forward was coming in there pretty hard trying to negate that.
Puck rolls in on Langevin. He'll smother it, and now the Sarnia Sting can make a change. After this whistle, some pushing and shoving here. Alex Gritz turned around by Lavinius and Elliott. The draw will remain inside Sarnia territory here to the left of Ethan Langevin.
There have been some big hits tonight, but that's the first time after a whistle we've really seen a scrum. It doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of bad blood between these two teams. Obviously, they met in the playoffs a couple times a few years ago, but a lot of turnover, two young teams that don't really know each other all that well. Only see each other a couple of times a season, so we're probably not going to see a whole lot of extracurriculars tonight.
Sarnia won the season series last year, 3-1, but a major victory for the Erie Otters in the tail end of last year's campaign in this building against what was one of the top teams in the Canadian Hockey League at the time in that CHL top 10 rankings. Erie forced out the center ice. Kitchnick will send it off the stick of Emmett Sproul into the zone, chasing his Hoffman. Turn in the near side corner. Grits chasing after it. They turn a man around, but it's moved by the Sting up the near boards. Giller's going to jump in and keep it alive. That's forced onto the far corner. Crashing in, Brendan Kishnick. Back behind the net. Kishnick with possession here. Hands off. It's Brendan Hoffman now. Takes over, hands to the point. Gillard waits, fires. That's off his stick, bounces onto the front. And damn it, Sproul. Bouncing puck, couldn't get a shot away. He'll knock one down. Sproul trying to keep it alive in the offensive zone. Alex Grits knifed off him. Hoffman runs him in. Kishnick has it. Shot from the point, rolls in on Langevin. Easily sticks that one and then covers up.
That was served up on a silver platter for Emmett Sproul. Swing and a miss. It's not baseball season.
We're getting there. Well, at least it actually surprises me more and more when you look at baseball starting in February with pitchers and catchers going. And I know the Otters have had a change on their bench with their equipment crew. All the best to Steve Tucholsky, who has moved on to other endeavors, joining the Erie Otters. Well, he was the clubby for the Erie Seawolves as Jonathan Polanco steps behind the bench for the Erie Otters. Two-sport guy.
Dual threat.
Got to chase it. Sometimes you need that, right? He knows how to take care of the guys. A little bit younger on the Otters side of things.
Big thing for him is he's familiar with the facility, obviously, with the Seawolves right next to the Otters.
Pretty much sharing the building at the Erie Insurance Arena where the locker rooms are at and the clubhouse. Here's Dan D'Amato down for Sellon in the far corner. Erie trailing by 4, almost 7 minutes into the second period. Cycled towards the corner, picked off by Grima. He'll lift it up the wall. Sellon holds in nicely. It's poked by Brendan Sellon. Erie keeps control. D'Amato down the right wing side. Throws it to the front. It's off the pads of Langevin. And Erie looking to hold in. It will be done by Ryan Martin. Now Brendan Sellon out of the corner once more. Fourth line on for the Otters. Continue to do some damage here. They have a goal. They got the Otters on the board back in the first. And Daniel Singer just on is going to hold in. Floats one towards the net. Waving the wand down it is Sellon, but it's gobbled up by Langevin on the stop.
Great shifts back-to-back by the Otters' third and fourth lines. This could have been about 2 straight minutes of pressure for Erie inside the Sarnia zone. They're down 4 goals right now, but this is exactly what you want to see, especially considering there's still over half the game left. There's a lot of time to crawl back into it. Erie exploded for 7 goals last night. There's no reason they can't do it again tonight.
4 shots on goal for the Erie Otters here to the Sarnia Sting 6. And we mustered up 8 in the first. As Erie drops it down low behind the net. Singer chasing after it. He's forced to the wall. Joe Mack takes over. Brings it near side. In front, looking for Podubny. It's off his stick, defended out by Ruzicka. Held in by Henry. On for Podubny in the far side corner. Garrett Podubny, the Erie Otters, just on the board. He has the puck now, trying to work his way away from the Sarnia Sting. Picks it up in the corner once more. Mack going to help out. Hit by Jamison Reese. Puck loose along the near side wall. Grabbed by the Sarnia Sting as Ruzicka turns around. Podubny's going to hold in and just sweep it back down the boards in deep. Elliott chases. On for Cameron. He's hit by Joe Mack, and the puck forced out to center ice, and back is Garrett Podubny at his own line. Man on his back. That's Ruzicka hard on his stick here, and able to poke it loose. Back to move it is the Otters' Curtis Henry, but Cameron's going to hold in as he comes in from his point position on down deep. The Otters sandwich him back behind the net, and Drysdale a chance to pick it up in the far corner. Room to escape to neutral ice. Nice pass ahead to Garrett Podubny. Couldn't reel it in cleanly as Hatcher sends it back to the Erie line. Off of Lavinia, settled by Drysdale. Back to the circles, pitches it ahead, man open that way, and it's Kyle Maximovich who couldn't settle the bouncing puck. Erie has it though in the offensive zone. Golan hits the brakes. Gets away from McGregor, walks the goal line as he's shouldered by Kelton Hatcher back behind the net. Maximovich there to help out as well. McGregor from the corner, bounce it up the wall, Lavinia. Yetman after it also. 2 Erie Otters there. Golan ties up, runs Hatcher into the boards. They try to find Maximovich, who pokes it onto the corner, right back for Maxim Golan. Twists his way back down low to the goal line. Avoids one more in Grima. Golan putting on the Ritz here, throws it to the net, and it sails just wide through the goal mouth. Duff crashes in to hold in. Jack Duff and Kyle Maximovich, some hard minutes here down along the walls inside the offensive zone. Yetman at the point holding it. Just shoots it off the glass. It'll bounce down behind for the Otters. Maxim Golan keeps it alive. Here's Kyle Maximovich backhander towards the front, right through the goal mouth. No one there to stash it in. And it's flipped ahead by Sarnia. And here they come into the zone, left wing side. Turn it to the front of the net. Blocked by Erie. They got a man ahead as they have it out to neutralize. Ryan Martin with Brendan Hoffman. Trying to make a move is Ryan Martin. That one didn't work. Goes off the skates of one of the defenders as Maximovich takes over. Wrist shot. gobbled up by Langevin. With 10:42 to play in the second period, the Otters trail the Sarnia Sting 6-2.
But again, what started as back-to-back shifts, spending a lot of time inside the Sarnia Sting zone, that was almost 5 minutes of consecutive play deep inside Sarnia's territory. Obviously, the Sting were able to get it out to the neutral zone once or twice, but Erie did a really good job of preventing the Sting from getting any changes, forcing it right back down the Sting's throats, and creating a few opportunities. Not a whole lot of shots on goal, but that zone time is really important, grinding the Sting defense down low.
That's what it was. You know, Otters have been trying to work on their starts. They haven't been there. A minus 14 goal differential in the first period coming into this one, and that will drop some more, but they usually pick it up moving forward. I know it's something they've tried to work on. On the road, they're content with where their road record is, but can certainly see improvement. Here come the Sting on an attack right wing side, working to the front of the net, sliding across on the tip play. Noah Battaglia with a great save in front of his own goal. Calvin Martin coughs it up to Gritz. Otters ahead for Emmett Sproul, left wing side. Walks in, wrist shot. Knuckler, that's almost fooled the goaltender Langevin, but he makes the pad stop. Fed up the boards and off the linesman here, Kevin Hastings, and Erie's going to pick this one up and bring it right back in. Here's Emmett Sproul looking for a passing option. It's Brennan Hoffman on the right side, in front for Gritz, and it's right through his legs. Gillard going to hold in to Brennan Hoffman, comes off the half wall, hands to Gillard. Couldn't put the shot towards the net. He'll float one off the end boards. Gritz towards the net, save made by Langevin, and the rebound skips up out of play. Here midway through this hockey game, 6-2 Sarnia the lead. Otters fans, remember to keep your clothes in top shape with Chido's Dry Cleaners, complete with an easy, accessible drive-through and free pickup and drop-off. Chido's Cleaners is second to none. That's Chido's Dry Cleaners, the official dry cleaning service provider of the Erie Otters.
One thing that I've noticed a lot tonight, Aaron, the Sarnia Sting are doing a really good job of clogging up the middle inside their zone. There's a huge gap in shots on goal right now. Sarnia leading 27-15 as we hit the midway point of the game. Erie's generating a lot of shots, but they're just not generating them from a high-quality area. A lot of the shots that you're seeing are coming from outside the dots or from the point, just like that last one. They're really going to, over the last half of the game, they're really going to want to focus on getting to the net a little bit more, really testing Ethan Langevin to see if they can get any more pucks by him.
They found their way to some more puck possession with the Erie Otters 7 shots on goal so far, even 7 aside in this period alone. 27-15 in favor of the Sarnia Sting on the game with 9:54 to go and a 6-2 lead for the Sarnia Sting. But you're absolutely right, Erie. It's tough to fight off some of these guys. I know you got to get to the dirty areas. Sometimes that's all it'll take. As Erie goes right back to the fourth line out of this break that generates a little more energy for these guys. Erie almost takes one away from Say. They will get it. Here's D'Amato. Left wing circle, trying to drive his way to the front of the net here. Save made on the trickler towards the goal by Langevin. Erie throws one in front. Hatcher almost gets the leg up, almost deflected that one towards his net with a skate. Otters hold in. It's Dan D'Amato trying to reverse his way and throw it to the front of the net. Bouncing puck, but Erie draws a call. Touched up by Sarnia, and the Otters have their first power play of this hockey game.
This fourth line's been lights out all night for Chris Hartsburg and the Erie Otters. Doing the dirty work down low is Daniel D'Amato. He's going to force Mitch Elliott to take a really bad tripping penalty behind the net. You never want to see a play like that where you're getting the leg out and just kind of kick the player's feet out from underneath them. Could have been a slew foot almost, but I'm sure the Otters will settle for any kind of power play opportunity they get right here. Send their first unit out to do some work with 9:30 left in the second period.
Erie just one power play goal in their last 5 hockey games. But Udley's waved out. Yetman will take the draw for the Otters. Tie up here, knuckle towards the line. Erie's going to hold in Kyle Maximovich. And Erie can set up shop here, down by 4. First power play of the hockey game. Drysdale swings his way across the blue line, gives to Garrett Podubny. Holds along the hash marks of the face-off dot. Gets it right back from Yetman. Podubny waits in front, looking for Yetman. It comes to Kyle Maximovich. Slap it to the goal. Glove save by Langevin. And he holds on.
Good puck movement by the Otters right there. Sarnia has a really aggressive penalty kill, so all of their passes are going to have to be crisp. They're going to have to be on the tape. They're going to have to get them away really quickly, or else the Sting aren't going to give them any time and space to set up and get pucks to the middle of the ice where they want to get the shots from.
No changes for Erie. They'll keep rolling. Podubny, Golod, Yetman, Maximovich, and Drysdale. Face off won by the Otters. Maximovich will sidestep a man, hand off to Yetman. McGregor watching. They find Drysdale at the center point area. The first to Maximovich, gets it right back. Drysdale, wrist shot through traffic. That one popped out of the glove of Langevin after he made the initial save. Here he finds it along the wall. Yetman turned around by Grima. Podubny in, 3 aside to the far side corner. Golod trying to sneak in and fish this one out. Still held along the boards by Grima. Down to 1:10 left on the power play, and that's fired down ice as it's finally dug out, and Ruzicka can clear.
Sting came dangerously close to too many men there as Ryan McGregor was heading for the bench on the change. Colton Kammerer jumped on a little too early for the Sting and was a little bit tempted to go into the Erie zone.
Couple of bouncing pucks here. Drysdale's going to find it in the near corner after it bounced off of the shoot-in and then off of one of the Otters on a clear. Otters trying to set things up. Drysdale just keeps this one away. Sends it on for Kyle Maksimovic, who's forced to shoot it around into the far corner. Podubny shuffle for Yetman. Right back for Golod trying to drive it along the line. Otters set it up for Garrett Podubny once more at the circle. Set at the point now. Drysdale. Cross ice. Maksimovic. Drysdale again. One touch looking for Garrett Podubny. Bouncing puck in the circles. Podubny reaching. Has it right back. And they shuffle it down for Yetman. Down with 15 seconds left. They'll center. No one's there. And easily fed down ice by Sarnia. Battaglia snaps it ahead. It's going to be picked up by Golod right at center red. They get one fresh body on here. Here's Kyle Maksimovic. 5 seconds left in the power play. Twist away from Sproviero. Hands off to the Otters defender Curtis Henry. Now Golod down low. Open. Gritz waits in front for Duff. Backhander. It's Maksimovic. Glove save by Langevin. And I don't think Alex Gritz realized how much time and space he had along the goal line.
Could have pitched a tent, set up camp, and started cooking some hot dogs right down there on top of the crease. He had so much time and just didn't have his head up. Tried to feed the pass across ice. Didn't work out for him, and the Otters really wasted an opportunity on the power play there.
We'll go 0 for 1, a couple of shots on goal, but nothing to show for it. Even strength, back 5-on-5. Hatcher drills it off the glass in his own end. Here, able to hold in. Fortunate bounce as Duff shoots it right back behind the goal. Hoffman taken away by Hatcher as he steps into Brendan Hoffman. Puts it off the boards and back to Erie ice. Here's Sproul. He'll ramp into the zone. No icing on this play with the tip coming at center red. Hatcher around the boards with 7 minutes to play here in the second period. 6-2 Sarnia. Here's Emmett Sproul. Shouldered and hit hard into the far corner by Hatcher. Puck loose back behind the Sarnia net. Duff crashes in. Banks one off of Guy. Rolling puck right out in front. Another headman pass. Here's Jamison Reese behind the D. Reese in on goal. Goes to the backhand. Can't finish it off with the same move, but he puts it in front. What a stop from Battaglia as he absolutely robs Braden Guy in front. Ruzicka still with it. His shot towards the goal. Blockered away by Battaglia. Out of play with 6:29 to go. And the Otters continue to play with fire with some of these odd man rushes. Another breakaway. Fortunately for Erie, it rolls off the stick of Jamison Reese going that backhand move again.
Battaglia didn't have to make a save on that breakaway, but oh my goodness, has he come up with some 10-bell stops so far tonight. Probably going to see a couple of those saves on the Jane Saves of the Week for the OHL next week.
Get everything. We got saves of the week. We probably have a play of the night. And a move by Jamison Reese. And a goal in the first period. Otters looking to, well, hopefully get a couple of their own for the highlight reel. Down by 4 in this second period. Twisted down low for Daniel Singer. Otters in the offensive zone now after that face-off. Cycled by Garrett Podubny. Joe Mack crashes in, got one loose, but Singer has it knifed off of his stick. Cleaning up his own end is Sproviero. They charge out left wing side. 3 Otters surround the man, bouncing it out towards the Erie line. As Drysdale able to take it away. They'll knuckle ahead. Here's Singer left wing side. Throw it in front, looking for the backdoor tap in, and Joe Mack couldn't get a stick on it. He was open too. Here's Drysdale. His shot, that's blocked. Picked up by Sarnia, and Jakovic sends it down ice. Softly as Henry picks it up. Drysdale trying to force the issue here. Gets the pass from Curtis Henry. Rolls off his tape to the near corner. Drysdale finds again. Flick it towards the front of the backhand. And that one sails through harmlessly. And here comes Sarnia the other way. Lavinius, wrist shot. That one from long range. Erie blocks it. Another one. Look out. That's off the mark. From the right side. Wide left. Cohen pokes one loose. D'Amato back after it. Works ahead for Brendan Selin. Floated to the right wing corner from center red. D'Amato and Cohen in the neighborhood. As Dan D'Amato pokes it for Cohen. Looking to go in front. Bounces around as Selin couldn't get a stick on it. Cohen continues to work back behind the goal. Settled by the Sting. They'll send it out to center ice. That's off the tape. Picked off is Dan D'Amato. Has taken off of his stick by Lavinius, but he gets it right back. Here's Brendan Selin. Forced onto the near side boards. Taken away by Sarnia. Bouncing puck. No one really wants control right now. D'Amato will throw it in on the backhand and make a change here with under 5 to go in the second. 6-2 Sarnia lead.
Both teams look content to get into a little bit of a track meet right now, but with the track meet comes a lot of sloppy play. And we saw that right there at the Sarnia Sting blue line where Jacob Perot actually lowered the boom on his own player, Hugo Lavinius. Shot from the point, off the mark. Battaglia never saw that one. Luckily, it skips wide. Here comes Kyle Maximovich after the ricochet off the M boards. Shifts his angles and then drops to the corner, turned around by Grima. And Ryan Martin holds from the point on the right side. Dishes it along for Max Golod. Golod holding, stops it up with the skate. Now Yetman twisted into the zone, right to the tape of Guy, and they got a man ahead, 2 men ahead, and they'll find Rosicka left wing side into the Erie zone. Forced to take the breaks as he's run by Jack Duff. Max Golod chips it ahead and to the blue line where it's kept in, but for a second here, blocked by Yetman, and here comes Erie on an odd man rush of their own as Yetman trying to charge his way through, puts it off the goaltender, save made by Langevin. Yetman back to the puck from the half wall on the right side. Golod, man in front, wide open as Kyle Maximovich stops it up. Backhand try on the way. Erie could never get a shot off goal as just kind of died right in front of goaltender Langevin. And a good play as look out collision here. Jack Duff hits Jamison Reese, and a penalty on the way to the Otters. A knee and call to Jamison Reese, and he tried to line him up along the near side boards. And the Otters are going to be shorthanded with 3:30 to play in the second. Jamison Reese going for a little bit of a skate right there to shake that off. Duff definitely didn't stick the knee out intentionally, but just how he caught him, and that's going to send him to the box every single time.
I tell you what, those are two guys coming off. Both had some tough knee injuries. Jack Duff missed nearly an entire season after being drafted by the Erie Otters. Only played a handful of games with the Chatham Maroons. Jamison Reese missed a lot of last year, about 20 games with a knee injury of his own. But power play on, 1 for 2, the Sarnia Sting here tonight. McGregor left side, trying to swing it across to the box, but it's the Otters blocking it, and Trisdale can knuckle this one down ice. Ahead comes Sarnia. Elliott leaves it right. It's Hugo Lavinius into the zone. Leads his team in goal scoring, has 21st of the season early in this hockey game. Egger down the right wing side for Lavinius, right through his legs. Penalty takes over. He'll slow things down, snakes his way to center ice, and he'll head down, make his way into the zone for a wrist shot. Stop made, and Langevin looked around, wasn't sure where that one at. It dropped underneath them, and the Otters force the whistle with 2:46 to play in the second, and an offensive zone draw on the way here.
Erie did this early in the first period too when they were on the penalty kill. Did a really good job of keeping Sarnia to the edges, getting some opportunities down in the Sting zone. They're going to have to look to continue that with a minute 16 left to go in the penalty kill. Trailing 6-2 with under 3 minutes left in the second period. Goals are at a premium right now for the Otters.
Shot from the point, knocked down as a try from Brendan Sellen, who fed the rebound off the end glass. Knocked it down with his glove, gets a shot away. Better save from Langevin, as the Otters did some good work last night on the face-off dot. Gritz will step in for another one with Erie shorthanded for another minute and 6. So almost found by the Otters. Alex Gritz, Brennan Sellen after it. Settled by Sarnia, and it's flown in by Guy, gloved by Battaglia. He's going to try and clear the zone himself. Guts it up to the blue line. That's about as far as it'll go. But they hold in for a second. It's shot off the leg of Jamison Reese out to center ice. Alexander Hogue takes over there. He's going to find Reese. Trying to weave his way back to the zone once more. He's bodied up, but still continues with possession to the near corner. Reese gives to the blue line. Right side, Perot. Ruzicka, center point. Back to Ruzicka at the circle. Down low, swept in front by Reese. No one home. Perot picks it up off the boards on the far side. 25 seconds left in the power play. Ruzicka on the right side. Fires a shot. Blocked by Martin off the end glass. Erie couldn't trap it. Picked up Reese, centering pass. It comes to Ruzicka. Center point here. Hogue, wrist shot. Gloved by goaltender Battaglia. And he'll hold on. Erie could use that whistle here. A bit of running around with that puck bouncing behind their goal.
4-goal lead for the Sarnia Sting, and things look a little casual for them right now. Obviously, Erie a bit on their heels, killing a penalty, but the Sting look like they're just starting to take it a little bit easy out there. And sloppy play on the power play, really indicative of that.
Erie's out shooting the Sarnia Sting 13-9 in this frame. Or Sarnia pulls this one back to the point. Shot on the way from Hatcher, blocked by Curtis Henry. Knuckled ahead and swapped on down by Kyle Maximovich. Just feeds it ahead, settled by Hatcher, and out of the box comes Jack Duff for even strength. Sarnia rambles ahead to center ice. Trying to walk between the two defenders was Martin, and the Otters take it away. Knife it off his stick nicely by Marcus Gillard. They'll find Yetman right wing side with a sidecar. It's dropped for Maximovich. Wrist shot save made, the rebound gobbled up by Langevin as he stops two from Kyle Maximovich. And when they've needed the saves, Langevin has made them there. One of the few opportunities for the Erie Otters along that right side.
Sarnia had such a good wealth of talent in net. Obviously, Justin Fazio having played here, Sarnia native for the last few years. And then when Fazio's time was done, it looked like Aiden Hughes was going to step in and take over the crease. But Ethan Langevin really asserted himself as Sarnia's #1 goaltender and their goaltender of the future as well. So the Sting fans are going to be very happy to have him in net for the next few years.
Shot from the point, off a stick, comes right to Maximovich, but the rolling puck he couldn't stash. For an opportunity in the open net, cleared out the center here by the Sting. The final minute of play in the second period. Erie down by 4. It's 6-2. Golod makes a little nifty move, hands off to Henry, who rips it into the zone. Langevin stops this one up, slap back behind his own net. They shoot it onto the near side where Gillard forces the issue. Mack's going to run into the captain, McGregor, but it's taken by the Sting, and another odd man break. Lavinia's trying to pass in front. Look out off the stick of Henry, who slowed down and slowed that pass enough. That's kicked out by Battaglia. They hold with Elliott right side, half a minute to play. His shot stopped by Noah Battaglia, and he'll hold on. And some pushing and shoving in front. Things will escalate at the crease of goaltender Battaglia.
There's a couple of guys on the ice for the Sting right now that are definitely not afraid to get into it. Franco Scroviero, another Sarnia native, overage forward. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he sure is feisty, and he's not going to take anything from anyone. And then you look at Hugo Lavinius, who got tied up with Kyle Maximovich. That receding hairline is indicative of a few face washes and head rubs from the helmet.
That's not going to last very long. He's got the rusty special, really.
Looking like a young Ryan Getzlaff.
Kyle Maximovich got the takedown on Lavinius and may have drawn an extra. We'll wait and see what comes from this. Had a nice headlock going on. And the takedown as we look at the replay to Lavinius, who makes his way towards the locker room early. Curtis Henry does the same for the Erie Otters.
Maximovich giving up a few inches and quite a few pounds to Lavinius in that altercation.
Lavinius 6'3", 224 pounds. Kyle Maximovich 5'9", and 188 pounds. Yeah, that's quite a
224 first thing in the morning.
Tail of the tape there. Otters trail 6-2, 25 seconds left in this period. Let's see what else we're going to get from this. The only penalty on the board belongs to Curtis Henry. Here, this is, if it's going to stand like this, it's my biggest gripe with stuff like this. If you get a scrum in front of the net, how do you not take both sides?
I think what's happening here is Curtis Henry's getting fifth man in. Probably offsetting minors for the first two altercations, and then looked like Henry went after Scroviero pretty good and tried to hog tie him to the ice as well. That'd be my best guess, but yeah, just even it up. Two guys apiece and go on your way.
So the Otters are shorthanded. Once more, 20 seconds left in the period. We'll go by that clock. This will carry over for about a minute and 30 and some change. Here comes Sarnia to center, left wing into the Erie zone. It's Jamison Reese, forced and poke checked by Jamie Drysdale, stays with him, pushes him into the near side boards. 5 seconds left in the frame, tied up by Joe Mack, and that should expire the period as that puck squirts behind the Erie goal. And the horn sounds. We have played 40 minutes. Well, it seemed like things were turning around, shaping up for the Erie Otters. Garrett Podubny 23 seconds in. But Sarnia answers, and quickly with a pair of their own. They score 2 in 2 minutes. They take a 6-2 lead over the Erie Otters through 2 periods of play. And for the Erie Otters, goaltending change, trying to spark something. But right now, they just have had a hard time containing the Sarnia offense and that speed that they've been bringing all night long.
It's just a classic example of one team being bigger, faster, and stronger than the other. And again, nothing against the Otters goaltenders tonight. They've been good when called upon, but Sarnia's dangerous players have been getting grade A opportunities when they've needed them, when they've wanted them, and they're just finding the back of the net at every single opportunity they get.
The Otters have work to do in the third period, down by 4. But before we get there, we'll have the UPMC intermission report for you. Sean Bisson's going to stay on the broadcast. We'll take a look around the Hockey League as well and see what's going on out there. And also some big news to talk about with a major move between the Peterborough Petes and the Guelph Storm, with major players exchanged between that one as the trade winds are blowing. With the trade freeze will start on Monday, and that'll run all the way through the World Junior Championship. And then we'll see what happens when we come back in January. Who are the contenders? Who are the pretenders? We'll find out. But more coming up. UPMC Intermission Report is next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Whether you're an empty nester or a new retiree, when it comes to protecting your health, you want a sure thing you can count on. And that's Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Nationally recognized by J.D. Power for outstanding member satisfaction with Medicare Advantage plans. When you need great customer service, count on Blue. Whoever you are and wherever you're headed, when you need us most, count on Blue. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. This award is neither endorsed nor given by Medicare. For award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
When you have a great name you can trust, you know where you can get a great used car with guaranteed credit approval. Erie Auto Credit, the home of guaranteed credit approval 100% of the time. Stop in today or go to erieautocredit.com.
The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You ought to be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
Sadly, crime can strike anyone at any time. The good news is the Crime Victim Center of Erie County has been here for 45 years helping all victims of crime, be it rape, theft, assault, vandalism, burglary, or abuse. Report any crime to the police within 72 hours to secure your rights to victims' compensation and restitution. Call the Crime Victim Center of Erie County at 454-9414. They'll assist you in filing a claim, and if you need counseling, contact them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not alone. The Crime Victim Center of Erie County can help. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
When you need a loan and you don't know where to get it, you gotta call Erie Auto Credit, Erie Auto Credit, and ErieAutoCredit.com. This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Powerball tickets, 6 match 6 chances, 5 cash points, 4 cash for lives, 3 big threes, 2 mega millions.
Pennsylvania lottery tickets make great gifts, like the new Cash Kringle, with top prizes of $100,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
And best wishes from the lottery.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Progressive Auto Sales Arena, where the Erie Otters trail the Sarnia Sting 6-2 through 40 minutes of play. Inside the UPMC Intermission Report, I'm Aaron Cooney. Alongside me, Sean Bisson joining us on the broadcast. One, it was great to catch up with Sean, but also adding some insight on the broadcast. So you're not just listening to me ramble for 2.5 hours or so. So that certainly adds to it, helps break things up a bit. But the Otters trail here 6-2, and we were talking earlier about the Sarnia Sting during the pregame show. Is this a team that sells? Do they don't buy because you kind of went for it last year, but there's still some good pieces, and you could kind of make some noise if you wanted to in the postseason. They dealt away Anthony Salinitri already, who leads the league in shorthanded goals, but Lavinius, a handful of McGregor, if you want to hold on to your Catherine Ruzicka guy if they have room. You mentioned Mitch Elliott as well on the back end, but to me, you look at the Western Conference and how jam-packed it is, but I'm not sure who really, outside of London, who the aspires or contenders really are.
That's just the thing this year.
A lot of pretenders, right?
There's a lot of pretenders this year. I know Sault Ste. Marie's in second place in the conference right now, but they are vastly overrated this season, and I don't think with the lineup that they have after making the trades that they did last year, they need to recoup some of those assets, and they're in a position to do that with guys like Morgan Frost, whereas a team like the Sarnia Sting, they need to recoup the assets that they traded away last year as well to get guys like Jonathan Ang in their lineup. Obviously, they started doing that with the trade of Anthony Salinitri, but they just aren't quite where they need to be to contend against the London Knights. And quite frankly, the only team in the West this year is the London Knights. They are going to win the Western Conference, no matter what anybody says. No, not everybody's the biggest fan of the way the Hunters do things and how they seem to always be in the hunt, but they were very smart last year selling the guys that they did. You look at the Robert Thomas trade. That was a huge thing for them. Cliff Pooh, they really recouped a lot of assets last year, set themselves up well for this year. Sarnia can do something similar, obviously not to the same extent because they're not going to trade a guy like Ryan McGregor. He's the heart and soul of this team. But you can dangle a guy like Mitch Elliott out there, and you can hope that a team has an open import spot for a guy like Adam Rosichka or Hugo Lavinius, who both bring a ton in a return.
And that's when you think about London, and it was really Kingston who kind of set them up for the future moving forward, taking Cliff Pooh off their hands and also grabbing Max Jones as well. But you know, the deals that they were made, you got to give London credit and the Hunters credit for recognizing where they were at and what they could go and do and set themselves up. I mean, they're a good team this year, and they're going to be a good team next year too.
Absolutely. Like they're in that perfect window of having the right amount of 18 and 19-year-olds that can really put them over the top. I think the one team that is in a position to do what London did last year, and I might be a little bit biased because I spent 4 years with them, but the Owen Sound Attack, when you have guys like Nick Suzuki, Sean Dursey, Kevin Hancock, Marcus Phillips, and Maxim Sushko, those are guys that I don't necessarily think, well, you're definitely not getting Dursey and Hancock back next year. They're overagers this year. They're probably the two best overage players in the league. And Suzuki, he's not coming back next year. He's probably going to play for the Montreal Canadiens. Marcus Phillips could be an overager, but there's a chance he could play in the American Hockey League. Same with Maxim Sushko, Philadelphia Flyers draft pick. There's good possibility he's playing in the American League next year. So Owen Sound, who's been a contender for the last couple of years, really in a position to set themselves up the way the London Knights did last year.
And I wonder what Saginaw does, because they were the sexy pick to win the West Division. I know they made the coaching change, but you keep waiting for them to see if they're going to make a splash. You bring in a defenseman, and that's really about it. But man, what are they going to? I mean, what are they going to do? If you're going to, keep with the Joneses, keep up with them. You got to make a move here and you need to add some scoring at least.
Definitely need to add some scoring, and I think now that Michael DiPietro is out of the West Division and playing for the Ottawa 67s, the Saginaw Spirit have the best goaltender in the Western Conference, and Ivan Prozetsov. He is a guy that can win a couple of playoff series for them. They definitely need to add a scorer. They definitely need to add a defenseman. So that's going to be something that I think you're going to see them try to address moving forward. And the new voice on the bench, and Chris Lazary, former Sarnia Sting assistant coach, he's been really good for them. And I think as we get closer to the trade deadline, you're going to see them start to bolster their roster and try to contend against the London Knights moving forward.
So what did you make of the deal that was about a couple hours ago? I know they were heading for a game between the Guelph Storm and the Peterborough Petes, but hours before, as we were rolling in, we were a little bit late getting in here in the Sarnia, but the Guelph Storm sent Ryan Merkley to the Peterborough Petes for Pavel Gogolev and 5 picks, I believe it was, 2 seconds and 3/3, if I remember right.
2 seconds, 2/3, and a 4th-round pick. Okay. A second, a third, and a fourth are all conditional. Yeah, you're right. Pavel Gogolev going back to the Guelph Storm. And I like this trade from Guelph's perspective. Ryan Merkley, an extremely talented player, but I don't think there's any secret that he is a lightning rod for their coaching staff and inside the dressing room. Change of scenery might be really good for him moving forward. From Peterborough's perspective, I don't know what the Petes are thinking making this deal. Merkley's probably not back in the league next year. San Jose is very high on him. He almost made the team out of training camp this year. Unless they think that they're for sure getting Merkley back for next year as well, I don't know why they make this trade. Peterborough cannot touch the Niagaras and the Ottawas of the East. So this one boggles my mind.
Confusing. Yeah, that's all I can think of is if it's setting up for something for next year. But other than that, bizarre. Ryan Merkley from the Guelph Storm over to the Peterborough Petes stood for the Erie Otters. You wonder to see, we'll see the Guelph Storm a couple more times, but I wonder if Guelph takes some of those picks. I mean, this is a year they've been building to, right? I mean, all those guys are 19 years old. That core is not coming back either.
No, they aren't. And when you got a roster that includes guys like Isaac Ratcliffe, who I think is one of the best players in the Ontario Hockey League. He's got the size, the skill, and the speed. He is a complete package. He's going to be a power forward at the NHL level. But then you also look at Toropchenko, Dmitry Samorukov. Guelph is solid from defense and forward. I think they need to address their goaltending situation. Obviously, having been in the Midwest Division for as long as I was, and you know, Anthony Popovich, good goaltender, but is he the guy that really puts them over top? And when they come up against the London Knights in the playoffs, which they almost assuredly will, can they get past that firepower with him in net? Don't take anything away from him. He is a good goaltender, but if the Guelph Storm are going to take those picks that they acquired in the Ryan Merkley trade, it's to address their need in net.
I wonder what else is out there. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll recap and also look around the league. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
As a CEO, I want the best from our employees. In return, they want the best from their company, especially when it comes to their health benefits. That's why we choose UPMC Health Plan. It gives our employees in-network access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the world-class care of UPMC. And the best part? It's affordable for all of us.
For the quality, affordable coverage your company deserves, here's the plan, UPMC Health Plan.
Meet you at Molly's before the game, after the game, or for the game. The Modern Irish Pub is the Otters away game headquarters with live stream broadcast. Molly Brannigan's hospitality is rivaled only by her cooking. Our new menu features the finest homemade Irish fare, along with a wee bit of the unexpected. Happy hour is the perfect pre-game. Score with buy one, get one appetizers and discounted drinks. And don't forget to try our Otters signature sandwich, the ultimate fan food. Molly Brannigan's, just north of Perry Square on State.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza, artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
for fast fire perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Peachtree Square in Erie.
Few things hurt as much as a family or relationship that begins to unravel, and the longer it goes, the worse it feels. No matter how bad it seems, it doesn't have to be that way. There is hope. If you or a loved one needs help, call Family Services of NWPA today. Counseling is available for families, individuals, and couples. Take the first step at fsnwpa.org. Family Services of NWPA is a proud sponsor of the Erie Otters.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back into the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. Aaron Cooney, Sean Bisson on the call for you as the Erie Otters trail the Sarnia Sting 6-2 through 40 minutes of play. Let's real quick recap it for you. The Otters give up 4 in the first period. Their only goal coming from Elias Cohen, his second goal in as many games as he just joins the squad. He may be making a case here to stick around a little bit longer than they had initially had in the plans and in the cards for Ethan Cohen, or Elias Cohen, excuse me. But his second of the season makes it a 3-1 game. Head into the second period with the Erie Otters down 4-1. Garrett Podubny, 23 seconds in. Looks like things are turning around as he has the 17th of the year. But the Sarnia Sting and their offensive power flexing muscles once again as they pick up another pair to make it 6-2 through 40 minutes of play. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You honor be staying with the best. With the Owenstown attack up 1-0 on the Kingston Frontenac. Mississauga leads Sault Ste. Marie 2-1 through 2. Ottawa 3-0 over the Flint Firebirds. Saginaw leads Windsor 3-2. 2-2 Kitchener and Sudbury. 2-1 Guelph over Peterborough. 2-1 Niagara over London. And 2-0 Oshawa over Hamilton. As we go to take a break. Third period's next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Listen to this. Do you hear that?
That's the sound of all the people clicking on your website right now. That's right, crickets. Get a website worth clicking about. Call or text Epic Web Studios at 814-746-6987 and turn silence into this. At ServPro of West Erie County, no job is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on ServPro of West Erie County at 814-806-1987. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, call ServPro of West Erie County, 814-806-1987 to help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Where are we? The answer is right here, in your hometown, in your neighborhood, in your community. We are here offering 2-year degrees in workforce development where it's needed the most. With evening classes, our students can balance life and work without having to leave their community. Visit regionalcollegepa.org for our degree options and application process. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. This could change everything.
Love where you live? Find yourself here with NPRC and enroll for spring 2019.
The 2018 Mitsubishi Mirage and G4 sedan, your choice now, only $99.88 at $149 a month. Did you know that it only takes less than $3 in gas to get from Erie to Meadville, or vice versa in a Mitsubishi Mirage and Mitsubishi G4 sedan? Both vehicles get over 40 miles per gallon highway and come with standard features such as rear view camera, a 7-inch touchscreen, and Bluetooth, along with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Yes, that's right. You can choose either vehicle for only $99.88 at $149 a month. Come see the exciting lineup, including the all-new Eclipse Cross, only at Interstate Mitsubishi, 1/2 mile south of the Mill Creek Mall on Route 99.
Discount on both vehicles includes $500 dealer APR cash, which requires financing through dealer indirect lending service. Payments are free to 84 months of 4.9% with Tier S approval. Price prior to tax, title, and license. Discount may not be combined with any other offers.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Back in Sarnia for the third period. Erie trails 6-2. Erie on the PK to start this third as we get into action. As each inside Erie territory. Sets up Hogue at the blue line. Nicely holds in. I'm Aaron Cooney. Sean Bisson on the call with you. As Lavinius drags to the front of the net. Gets a backhand try away. That's off a stick into the near corner. The block from Ryan Martin. Garrett Podubny will scoop this up. Brings it to center. Snap this one on goal from 100 feet away. And easily gloved down by Langevin. He sets things up for Ruzicka to carry to center ice. 40 seconds left on this kill. Erie's work cut out for him here. Big hole down by 4 in this third period to start. Half a minute left on the kill. They continue to hold in their own end. Sarnia will finally work things ahead. With their personnel swap completed, Martin will dump it in. Battaglia to move it for Erie. Sends it, into his own net. Oh, no. It's 7-2 Sarnia. Battaglia was looking to send it ahead, and that's always a dangerous play if you're a goaltender.
That's the second time he's tried that tonight, too, and it looks like it bounces off Curtis Eggert's shin pad and into the back of the net. Minute 15 into the third period.
Any wind you had in your sails, we're going to take a look, and you know what? Yep, right off the skate of Eggert, and in as we see the replay. That is the hockey gods looking at the Erie Otters, who had 2 own goals on their own side of things. The Otters they saw Jean-Luc Foudy, the Windsor Spitfires, shoot one into his own net. That had happened just a week ago today, where Ty DeLandre, the Flint Firebirds, put one in his own net at the Erie Insurance Arena. And that script has flipped on the Otters as Noah Battaglia puts one off a skate of Curtis Eggert for his 6th of the season, and it trickles right into his own net. 7-2 now. Erie down by 5 with 1:15 to go. A little work for Ethan Langevin on this play.
Just before we came back from the intermission, we were talking about some big news out of Guelph with the Ryan Merkley trade. And it also appears that Tag Bertuzzi has left the organization. Tony Saxon, reporter out of Guelph, not speculating on whether it's an injury or if he's gone home. General Manager George Burnett not commenting on it. know it was speculated there was some unhappiness in the Bertuzzi camp throughout the start of the season, and now he appears he has gone home early for the Christmas break.
Well, a lot shaken up in Guelph for what we didn't expect going into the season. Here's a kick save made by Battaglia from a long-range try from Hill. They get it right back. It's Owen Say, who just signed with the team here this week. Sent back down low to the far corner of the Otters zone, already with a lot of room. 5-goal lead for the Sarnia Sting. 7-2. Erie pokes this one away, and it's the fourth line ahead. Cohen picks it up off the wall. Bouncing puck into the zone. Cohen ahead for Selin. He's wrapped up. Couldn't get the puck to settle down for him. Selin still with the puck. Up the half wall. Snaps it down low. Erie changing now, so a free chance for Sarnia to pick the puck up. Somebody lost a glove off the Otters bench. It'll sit there. Belongs to Gara Podobny as it's skied into the Erie zone. Knocked out of midair by Ryan Martin at the right circle. He'll lug this one ahead for Emmett Sproul. Shouldered hard on the near side. He meets Kelton Hatcher once more. And here's Sproviero, shouldered by Hoffman. Into the Erie zone they come. Hoffman digs away on the near side. Jacked up, helping out. Kelton Hatcher brings it in offside.
It's another patented big hit by Kelton Hatcher right there. That one rattled the boards. I think we felt it up here.
Right in front of us, and it's against Emmett Sproul again.
Those two are just getting themselves acquainted for the Christmas holidays. Maybe they want to spend some time together.
Exchanging baking recipes, I believe, afterwards, too. Here's Hatcher, sends it right off of Flemington. The linesman here tonight allows the Otters to pick this one up. Bounced off a stick, and Emmett Sproul chasing as Cameron grabs this one. Rattles it off the boards to center ice once more to be dropped in by Jack Duff. That has been long rumored with Merkley and Bertuzzi possibly packaged together for a deal as Erie gets a shot towards the net. Just a hold-in more than anything, sticked away by Langevin, and Sproviero ahead for Martin left wing side. Poke check by Hoffman. Martin gets it right back, and Sproviero gets loose. Hands off to the point. Right side, wrist shot. That's off the mark, coming off the stick of Elliott. They hold from the point, Yakovlevic. So Martin, who steps in front of Ryan Martin. Calvin Martin, bodied up by Ryan Martin. And now in the near side corner is it's Eggert, who just scored his sixth of the season, for a little fortunate bounce off his shin pad. Kept in at the point by Sarnia. It feeded out towards the blue line once more. That's picked off by Brendan Hoffman. Emmett Sproul drops it into the near corner. Shift change for Erie. Sarnia does the same. They leave it to the near side circle. Erie quickly after this one, a miscommunication between the defender and the goaltender as Erie after it now on the forecheck. Singer trips a man up, and that's call on the way. Erie will be shorthanded for a fifth time tonight.
I guess by the definition of the rule that is tripping, but fairly innocuous play right in front of the stripes though, and they're going to have to call that one every single time.
If it's anything, call it by the book. That's all you can really ask for. The stick evidence is right in front of the official in the corner. Erie shorthanded for a fifth time tonight. They just give up the second power play goal on the evening, and that's unfortunate too, because the Otters PK could use a little help, and when you bank one into your own net, and a power play goal, not going to help the percentage, of course. Here's Ruzicka ahead to center ice, and into the Otters zone, steps around Kishnik, left side, throws it in front. Stick save made, the rebound just skips over the crashing Sting on the right side as Erie forces it out to center ice. Almost another one there to bang home. Almost 8-2. Here's Reese back in the Erie zone.
Jacob Perot was trying to be Johnny on the spot and pick up his hat trick right there.
He has it now. Hands off right side. Ruzicka to Reese to the point now. Hogue, wrist shot, scores. Traffic in front. I don't know if Battaglia ever saw it, but it's 8-2.
Very good puck movement by the Sarnia Sting. Working it all the way around the ice and then right back to Alexander Hogue for a shot that whistles off of the post and into the back of the net. You're right, I don't think Battaglia saw any of that one.
I think it's going to be a 4-point night. Now for Perot, he's got 2 and 2. Pick up a secondary assist on that. And Perot, we talked about him earlier, 19th overall selected by the Sarnia Sting. And having himself a hockey game. Otters down 8-2. They get the 2-point conversion here in Sarnia. They continue to just forecheck the Erie Otters and keep them in their zone. They're going to steal another one here along the goal line now. Drag to the front, backhander, that one just wide as they sit in front once more as Perot walking along the goal line, almost had the HT. Erie sends it back the other way. Bouncing puck at center ice. Grabbed by Marcus Gillard. He'll shoot it on into the far side corner. Rolls down. Langevin will keep it moving along the near side boards. Yetman crashes in. Kicks it loose here. Got it from the circles. Yetman with the sharp angle try. It's off the outside of the net. Kyle Maximovich will follow up the Otters captain. Sweeps it onto the far side corner. Max Golod after it. D'd up by Elliott, who takes this one now in the corner and has it as 22 in the ugly Christmas sweater jersey. Feeds it out the center to be tapped in by Perot to the Otters end. Lavinius giving chase. Almost got it away from Martin again. They continue. Even when they're making a change, he's the one man into the zone, and here come the reinforcements after it. Almost got it right back. Erie can take this puck. Here's Selin left wing side. Fourth line on. Cohen couldn't pick it up. Skate the stick. Grabbed by Sarnia, and off comes Calvin Martin, left wing side. Headed Steve, steps around the D and sends the shot right through the goal mouth wide. They hold from the point in front. Sproviero, oh goodness. Back into the slot. It's 9-2.
Talked about pretty passing on the power play, but my goodness, Colton Kammerer to Franco Sproviero, right into the slot to Curtis Eggert. Bingo, bango, bongo. It's 9-2.
Now send Lawyers, guns, and money. It's hit the fan here from Sarnia. 9-2.
I'd say they're giving the fans something to cheer about, but there's not very many of them in the building tonight.
There's Sproul. It's tucked out to neutral ice. Hoffman's going to give chase, and right now, if you're Erie, you just got to find something to carry you over into the day off tomorrow, as it's planned right now. As Emmett Sproul's going to get netted for a hooking call now. And Yakovic go for a little skate. Hogue, Erie's going to be shorthanded once more. Sproul will tuck this one up, and it's back to the box for the Otters. We're not even halfway through the period, and the Otters are shorthanded for a third time.
Murphy's Law, everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and right now for the Erie Otters, everything is going wrong.
Sixth power play chance for Sarnia. They're 3 for 5 tonight.
A couple younger players out there on the power play for the Sting, though, obviously. In a 9-2 game, no need to get your top unit out there. For a guy like Adam Ruzicka and a guy like Hugo Lavinius, rest before the World Junior Training Camp starts is more important for them than anything else right now.
They leave tomorrow, I believe. We were just told before the broadcast began from Lee Cunningham, play-by-play voice of the Sarnia Sting. Those are a couple key pieces they're missing for a couple of weeks. Ruzicka will make the team. Was there last year. Played up the far side boards, kicked around onto the corner. Jack Duff looking to launch this one ahead, and he will on the clear. 35 seconds off the power play clock. Emmett Sproul in the box for hooking. And if I am correct, I think it's the third year that Ruzicka will be on the squad.
He's been a mainstay for Slovakia the last few years, and it's easy to see why he was such a high pick of the Calgary Flames. But more impressive, to me at least, for Sarnia's World Junior prospects is Hugo Lavinius. He looks like he's a man on a mission right now, and the way he's played tonight, the way he's played over the last dozen games, I think he's definitely making the roster for Team Sweden.
Erie gets it clear as Kishnik will throw it down the length of the ice. No, but you're right, for a guy that, and it's a different brand of Swedish player, right? 6'3",
Absolutely.
220 some pounds, like that. Those kind of guys, like power forward kind of guy, you don't see too often. Maybe aside from a Thomas Holstrom,
Henrik Zetterberg kind of guy. It really reminds me of a much different type of Swedish player, like you were saying. And I know for him, he struggled in his first year in the Ontario Hockey League last year, but really starting to put it together. For imports, that's often the case. It takes a lot of time to get used to this ice surface and the speed of the game over here. Lavinius, he's acquitted himself quite nicely in his sophomore season.
Erie's Kyle Maximovich clears out the garbage in front of his own goaltender. Calvin Martin will drop it back in the other way, down to a couple of seconds left on this power play, a 9-2 hockey game. As the Erie Otters see the puck picked up in the far corner by Martin. Hands up to the point. Sproviero with it now. Walks to the slot. Shot was blocked. Spro out of the box. He's got the biscuit. Takes it away right off the tape was Sproviero. And he cuts across the ice. Hands to Garrett Podubny, left wing side, into the offensive zone. Twist in the corner. Podubny. Drop it behind the goal for Alex Gritz. Tucks it to himself, but it Goes off his skate, grabbed by the Sarnia Sting. They'll work it up the wall as the Otters put a check on to Martin and get the puck right back. Henry ahead for Emmett Sproul. Goes the forehand, sweeps it into the goal as he pucks it past the pad of Langevin. Nice play. Emmett Sproul out of the box, joins the play and makes it 9-3.
What a beautiful pass to spring Emmett Sproul on a partial break, and those moves in close with a lot of pressure on him. That's a goal scorer's goal right there. Just right around Ethan Langevin, tucks it in at the last possible minute.
Now the man draped all over his back to Emmett Sproul. On the board for his 5th of the season. That equals his season total from last year, as he has off to a career year for the Otters. I think Alex Gritz and Curtis Henry will pick up the assist. We'll wait for the official announcement. Goal comes at 9:01. It's 9-3. Field goals here from Sarnia. Henry battling away down low with Owen Say. Puck loose back behind the Otters goal. Settled by the Sting. They'll give out to the blue line. Kammer can't hold it in as it ramps up his stick to center ice. 10.5 to go as it's sent down towards the Otters zone. And an icing call on the way to Sarnia. Face off inside Sting territory with 10:31 to play.
You're right, Aaron. Curtis Henry and Alex Gritz gets the assist on that goal with 9:01 gone here in the third period.
Podubny on the draw. Sent onto the far side boards is Joe Mack. Dan Singer battling away here. Moved by Hatcher behind his goal. Settled by Kammer. He'll find Hogue. Reels this one in and skies it ahead to center and towards the Otters bench. Caught and knocked down in mid-ice by Owen Say. And here's Duff to charge out ahead to center ice. With possession, chip and chase. He's the first man to crash on into the goal after it. As he was pushed the boards by Yakovlevic. Followed up by Garrett Podubny. He's shouldered by McGregor. Podubny 1-on-2 back behind the net. Duff back to his point position as Joe Mack jumps in. Singer helped out Garrett Podubny. It twists away from McGregor. Heads behind the goal once more. Garrett Podubny scored his 17th of the season earlier this hockey game. Back in the second period. Flings one towards the goal. That's off a stick and over the net. As Erie's Podubny finds it once more. Deflected in front on the keep-in by Podubny as Singer got a stick on it. And Langevin is able to make the save. Getting the body in front of it and gobbling up the rebound. Midway through the third period, 9-3 Sarnia.
That was a fantastic move by Podubny to avoid Luvenius and get away from Marko Yakovlevic there to get the shot on net. Obviously a really easy shot for Langevin to see and control, but that's a heck of a play by Podubny to try to create some offense for the Otters.
Well, Erie will travel to London after tonight's hockey game. Spend the day on Saturday and then wait for the London Knights Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock start. That's the last game for both the squads before the holiday break. 10 days off for the Erie Otters, and it's over to Michigan. So Erie's fortunate enough. The schedule makers gave them a road trip to finish out the season and a road trip to begin the second half of the season. So
sometimes I wonder about the Ontario Hockey League schedule and how they set it up.
You think you may get one or the other, right? You end on the road and then start on home ice, or
they just want to make it tough on Midwest Division teams, except for the Knights.
We can say in Erie we believe it's just making it hard on the American teams. We know maybe they don't really want us here. We're just here just to show, hey, we're across the border. But
well, I appreciate
fans I appreciate coming in. I enjoy every one of my trips to Ontario. Aside this evening not going so well, but the Otters have another chance on Sunday to battle the London Knights, a team that's shorthanded. They're missing a handful of players. We'll talk about that a little later on.
Still waiting on news about Alex Fermenton, who suffered an injury in Team Canada's Sport Check World Junior Training Camp. But a report from Bob McKenzie of TSN is it doesn't look good for the London Knights speedster.
And it makes you wonder what they'll do at the deadline, too. Here's Levinius putting on the Ritz, and he hands it off right side for Perreault for the HT. Rolls off his stick. They'll give to Elliott. It comes to Levinius. He's loose. Drags the middle of the ice. Oh, nice move. Cuts the backhand. Forehand shot. Save made by Battaglia. He vaults right around the Otters D. Jam loose to the near side by Kishner. Held by Green at the blue line. Float one towards the net. Stick save made by Noah Battaglia. who came in to the second period to finish up this game for the Otters after Dan Murphy allowed 4 goals on 20 shots in the first. Here's a play for the Otters, a steal, backhand try. Kyle Maximovich sneaks it in. Right through the wickets of Ethan Langevin, and Kyle Maximovich has goals in 2 straight. It's 9-4 with 8:26 to go.
That's the type of shot right there that made Sidney Crosby so successful in the NHL. Obviously not comparing Kyle Maximovich to Sidney Crosby, but a deceptive backhander right there that completely fools Ethan Langevin. A little bit of a screen on the play, but he had no idea where that puck was going. 9-4 with 8:26 remaining in the third period.
That's kind of where you see, I've seen this with some of those Otters teams a couple of years. When you get up this big, you kind of just want to coast the rest of the way. They cough the puck up in their own end, and Otters make them pay. Trying to just hang around with 8:12 to go. Working the offensive zone. Grits out to the blue line. Here's Henry. Drags, walks, fires. Kick save made by Langevin. After the far side. Hoffman for Alex Grits. Gets it away from 2. Hands off to the point. That's going to be picked off. And they give it right back to Alex Grits. They will shovel it back into the far side corner. Or move by Cameron. Up the wall, ramped ahead, but not out. Erie trying to poke this one away. Sproul's going to find it again. Hands off left side. It's Curtis Henry walks into the circles. Button hooks and back to his point position. Drop it off into the far side half wall. Hoffman has it. He's got a gun as well. Puts the shot towards the goal. It's off his stick wide. Hoffman back to the biscuit along the half wall on the near side. Turns this one down low. There's Emmett Sproul for Erie. Sweeps it towards the front. That's ramped ahead to the blue line. Held by Curtis Henry. And he'll dish off to Hoffman. Erie in the offensive zone here. Nice little shift to the third line. Bounce it on to the near corner. Emmett Sproul for Jamie Drysdale. Holds this one. Slides it across for Henry. Left side. Wrist shot. Glove save. Langevin. He hold on to that with Erie applying some pressure here late in the third. It's 9-4 Sarnia.
It's a good offensive shift by the third line, like you were mentioning. And with the score so lopsided, you're seeing guys like Jamison Reese and Adam Ruzicka cheating outside of the blue line a little bit there. They're thinking pure offense right now, and that's not a good habit to get into. It doesn't matter how lopsided the score is, how late in the game it is. Still a lot of hockey to be played left in the season, and Darian Hatcher, David Legwan, and Brad Sobbs definitely don't want their guys to start developing some bad habits, especially right before the Christmas break.
Here's Selin towards the net. He's got a backhand try on the way. Bouncing puck. D'Amato sends it over the net. Cohen finds the rebound out of the corner. Elias Cohen. Drop it off to the near side. Picked up there by the Otters' Brendan Selin. Back to Dan D'Amato. Getting closer and closer. Still look at that first OHL goal. Taken off the stick of Cohen, and it's jammed out to center ice. Here's Dan D'Amato. Able to shuffle it back for Marcus Gillard. Little refuge back behind his own net. And works out to the left of his netminder. Gillard gets center red, and he'll drop it in. Here's Langevin. Look out, almost lost the handle here. It's loose along the goal post. Erie after a goaltender down behind the net. Trying to work it to the front of the net. Selin can't get it there. And grabbed by the Sting, and they'll work it ahead to center ice. Gillard going to be sidestepped by Say. Right wing side, turned around. Now Batalia's going to move it as Gillard wiped out. Otters ahead to center ice. Off the stick of goaltender and settled down by Grima to rip it in around the horn to the Otters zone. Sproviero finds it. Holds, waits, fires off the skate of Gillard, who blocks the shot. Podubny trying to bounce it ahead. Settle this one down, rolling puck. Knuckles it ahead to Daniel Singer. Can't sidestep the defender. Erie's offside on the play as well with 5:57 to go. As we almost had Ethan Langevin give one back to the Erie Otters. Almost put in his own net off a body. Playing the puck along the far post.
Christmas season, he was feeling a little bit giving.
It's in the air these days.
That's what happens when you get junior hockey. It's so unpredictable, and when you get into a game like this where he's been tested with 27 shots, not all of them have been the greatest of quality. His mind's wandering a little bit, and right there he wandered out of the net.
Lead is 5 for Sarnia, 9-4. 5:45 to play, third. Sproviero swings one wide of the net off the far side corner. Settles in as the battle continues to his side, the jostling. Worked up the wall. Eggert, who has a gift and then scored one as well. He's got 2 on the night. Sends it across. Singer takes it away for Garrett Podubny. Lots of traffic there. Joe Mack in the neighborhood as well. Pushed ahead. Martin's going to hold in. Bouncing puck between the circles. Settled by Yakovlevic. And ahead for Calvin Martin. Shouldered by Brendan Kishnick to the near glass, but Yakovlevic After it behind the net, swings it that way. Erie can pick this one up. End of the shift here for these guys is Yetman just on with Dan Singer. Cannot hold the line. And the whistle sounds offside Erie with 5:03 to go here in the third.
Just getting an update from Team Canada's World Junior Training Camp, and TSN's Bob McKenzie and Hockey Canada have announced that it's a knee injury for London's Alex Formenton. Still evaluating the severity of it, but that doesn't look good for the Knights speedster moving forward. And you were right earlier. What does that do to London's chances, and what do they do ahead of the trade deadline?
Make things interesting. I mean, they have the assets if they really wanted to go for it, but how much do you want to sacrifice for a team in a core that's ready to go for the next couple of years, too? Which is scary to think if you're the London Knights and if you're in the Western Conference.
Primarily the Midwest Division.
Slap shot from long range by Drysdale. Knocked away by Langham into the near side boards and skied to center. Under 5 to go. 9-4, the Sting ahead. Chad Yetman on for Kyle Maximovich. Bounces one, trying to split between the D. He's forced off to the far side boards. Nothing on the way as he's wrapped up by 2. As they stay in the play here. That's you cannot play. That's going to be illegal equipment, and now they will call it. Oh, come on. They missed the interference call, and Eggert stays in the play and puts a shove on the Kyle Maximovich without a helmet. Like, what more do you need to see?
And typical of the Sting coaching staff, they're screaming at the officials thinking they should be going on the power play there.
You got to leave. Like, it's like that thing pops off, you better beeline it to the bench.
When you sit down at the beginning of the season with your team and they go over the rules with you and the rule changes, this is one of the things that they address every single year. It hasn't changed for the longest time in the Ontario Hockey League.
I'm not sure, unless Mitch Elliott skipped that day and missed the meeting with rules interpreters. But, I mean, come on. It took a good while to put the arm up for Erie's second power play of the hockey game, coming with 4.5 to go.
I think the officials were a little bit shocked as well. They expected him to get right off the ice, and when they didn't, they were like, are you going? Are you going? All right, we got to call this.
Erie will send it off a stick. It's going to rip right back out to center and on down ice on a clear by Yakovlevic. Here's Maximovich. 4 minutes to go. Across for Jamie Drysdale. He'll weave his way out to center ice. Into his own right wing side. Sets up in front for Golod. Toe save made. Drysdale has it. Back out in front for Yetman. Maximovich, he's got a stick on it. Pass stop made by Langevin. Erie settles it down here, looking to set up shop. Here's Kyle Maximovich. Lurking in the circle here. Knocked off his skates. Bouncing puck in the slot. And fired off a body by Yakovlevic. On down to Erie ice.
That slap shot clearing the zone looked like it tagged Adam Ruzicka in a very uncomfortable spot. A clear's a clear, though.
Get it down ice any way you can. Down to 53 seconds on the power play. Drysdale. On for Kyle Maximovich into the zone. He'll head off to Gara Podubny. The Otters look to set up shop to the corner. Now back behind the net for Maxim Golod. He'll find Alex Gritz out of the right wing corner. Golod at the half wall. Waits. Drysdale. Across for Gara Podubny left side. Sets up Drysdale. Center point. Doesn't shoot. It's Kyle Maximovich on the right wing side. Down low. Golod. Waits. Holds. Trying to feed it in front. That was blocked by Hatcher. Gets it back behind the goal. Puts it out towards the front of the goal for Gara Podubny. He's knocked down on the play. And ahead comes Sarnia. Looking to make it. Another run here. Short-handed. Broviero cuts to the front. Hit shot. Save made. Battaglia makes a good stop. As Calvin Martin looks for that rebound. Has it at the circles. Broviero now at the dot. Poke check by Drysdale. Power play winding down. They have a man wide open in front. Here's a stop by Battaglia on Martin. Can't tuck it home. Otters goaltender knocked down off the ice as Erie cannot get it out of their zone. Maximovich will slow it down. Elliott's released. And things just kind of... Everybody's going to take a little breather as they make changes. 2:25 to go.
Erie on the power play there for a second got caught with only 4 men on the ice. So allowed the Sting to get that shorthanded opportunity, even though it wasn't really shorthanded. It was 4-on-4 for about 15 seconds there.
9-4, 2:17 to play. Sarnia in the driver's seat. And for the Otters, it'll be pack this thing up. Let's get going quickly out of here.
Someone call the bus driver. Tell him to start it.
You know, he's done a pretty good job this trip. We have a different bus driver this trip. Richard has been taking us around for this drive, and he always has the bus pretty warm for us.
The bus drivers are the unsung heroes of the Ontario Hockey League.
They're fantastic at playing Tetris and putting all the equipment and bags in and luggage and you name it. That's in there. A little extra for this trip because the Otters players will be departing from London, and most of them heading home, and we'll probably only head back to Erie with staff and Alex Gritz because he's just making a short drive down I-79 to Pittsburgh and down to Cranberry.
Hop, skip, and a jump for him.
So that's an easy one for him, and there'll be lots of room, which is kind of nice on the way back after the afternoon tilt. As we get a whistle, Langevin covers one up. 1:50 to work off this clock in the third period. Yeah, it's safe to say I think the Otters will go back on Sunday to Dan Murphy as he kind of gets a bit of a night off. Only plays the first period.
Saw a lot of rubber in that first 20 minutes, and again, only one of the 4 goals that he let in was really his fault, and you can't really blame Chris Hartsburg for trying to fire up his boys, maybe get a little bit of a change to start the second period, and it worked. It really did. Scoring 23 seconds in, then unfortunately it was all sting after that one.
Murphy has appeared in 27 of the Otters' 32 hockey games, all but 5. Certainly Erie's workhorse, and probably see more of him. Ruzicka has one bounce off his stick. Into the Erie zone they come. Eggert with 2, backhander, scores.
Curtis Eggert makes it 10-4, and onto the ice go. Well, there was one hat that went out on the ice. Mike Farwell and Kitchener will be happy to know that a hat got tossed out onto the ice. Oh, there's the second one.
Yeah, they were fired up on their last podcast with that one with the hat trick and no hats going on it. That tradition, which I didn't know they gave them back in Kitchener. I think they could donate it here. Actually, I have no idea what happens with
I'm not sure what happens here. I know in Owen Sound when hats made their way onto the ice, we would always make sure they made their way to the United Way afterwards.
I believe we do something similar, I would imagine, with Salvation Army or something. But Erie went last year without a hat trick. It was the first, or rather just the second time in team history that they didn't score a hat trick in a season. A couple this year. Kyle Maksimovic opened up as a knee hit by, I believe that was Jack Duff, who ran over Theo Hill. 10-4 the score with a minute to play. Jack Duff will put a man on the boards on the far side. Shuffled back behind the net by the Otters. Their own goal. Here's Singer. Ahead for Garrett Put-Up. He'll speed down the right wing side. Now drift across. Set up Singer for a slap shot. Glove save by Langevin with 50 seconds left. Before we say goodnight here from Sarnia, Otters fans want to remind you that Dean's and True Moo Milk is the official milk choice of the Erie Otters. That's Dean's and True Moo Milk. Pick up a gallon today at your local grocer.
50 seconds left in regulation, and I just want to say thanks for having me on the broadcast tonight. Truly enjoyed it. Like you mentioned earlier, it's always great when we get to catch up, and now that I'm able to hop on with you and do a little bit of color commentary, it's even more fun.
Well, why not? Having a breakaway for Perot, he misses one. Almost had a double hat trick night, but yes, of course, glad to have you on. Looking forward to the next time that Erie visits Sarnia. As these two teams meet 3 more times, they'll meet right after the holiday break, where the Otters will see the Sarnia Sting come into the Erie Insurance Arena for the first time.
Back here, I believe, on January 18th for another tilt, and all you fans in Erie, you can expect to hear me on the broadcast again that night.
We will look for a better edition on that time around with the Otters.
Post-trade deadline, so we're going to see 2 vastly different teams, I would imagine.
24 seconds left. The clock is not rolling. Now it goes as Cohen gets it out to center ice for the Otters. Selin tucks it ahead. Looking for the puck. On the hunt is Elias Cohen. Snapped over near side Martin. Cross ice speed. Into the zone they come. Perot looking for the HT. He's shoved by Marcus Gillard of the Otters, and time will wind down. Maybe one more shot here that sails wide. And the horn sounds. 10-4 the final. Otters fall by 6. We'll take a break. Justice Martin in the home postgame show right up after this. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Powerball tickets, 6 match 6 chances, 4 cash cash for life's 3 pick 3s to Mega Millions.
Pennsylvania Lottery tickets make great gifts, like the new Cash Kringle, with top prizes of $100,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
And best wishes from the Lottery.
Hockey is back in the city of Erie, and you won't want to miss any of the hard-hitting, fast-paced Erie Otters action at the Erie Insurance Arena. Bring in the new year with the Erie Otters when they take on the Hamilton Bulldogs Monday, December 31st at 6 p.m. for the UPMC New Year's Eve celebration. Don't miss the NHL stars of tomorrow, today. Get your tickets at the Erie Insurance Arena box office, online at ottershockey.com, or by calling 814-452-4857.
What sedan lets you hit the road and not the gas station? With an average of 37 miles per gallon highway, it's a 2018 Nissan Sentra. This compact sedan has a sporty profile thanks to its sleek aerodynamic design. It also has other great standard features like Bluetooth and remote keyless entry. The 2018 Nissan Sentra. Zero down for only $199 a month. Sign and drive. What's the best-selling SUV in America? It's the Nissan Rogue. Zero down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. The Rogue has standard features such as zero-gravity seats, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and rear cross-traffic alert. Zero down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. Stop in and meet the Rogue family at Interstate Nissan, 1.5 miles south of I-90 on Peachtree.
18 Nissan Sentra, selling price $19,247, VIN JY320068. 18 Nissan Rogue, selling price $26,100, VIN JP503998. Both leases 12,000 miles per year for 36 with Tier 1 credit approval through NMAC. Lease payment is plus tax, title, license, stock fee, and $595 acquisition fee.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. Wrapping things up from Sarnia, I'm Aaron Cooney. With me is Sean Bisson. As we wrap up the show, it's the Duskus Martin Funeral Home Postgame Show. Duskus Martin working tirelessly to give your loved ones dignity. As we wrap things up here from Sarnia, the Otters fall 10-4 to the Sarnia Sting, and we will muscle our way through the recap as the Otters trailed 4-1 after one period of play. First 3 goals belong to the Sarnia Sting. Perot, Reese, and add one to Calvin Martin before the Otters get on the board. The fourth line, again, stepping in. Elias Cohen with 2 goals in as many games. He adds this one at 16:42, but Sarnia gets it right back 4-1 after Hugo Lavinius adds goal number 21 of the season. Erie changing things up. Battaglia comes in to start the second period, trying to spark the team, and 23 seconds into the second frame, Kara Padumny on the board, goal number 17 on the season. All of a sudden it's a 2-goal hockey game, 4-2. But they answer right back. 37 seconds left on probably one that Noah Battaglia would love to have back as Perot slides it through the legs of goaltender Battaglia. 5-2 game. They had another one 2 minutes later. As now adding onto the board, Theo Hill with his 4th of the season. It's 6-2 in the third period. Now Sarnia just kept on bringing it. A couple of power play goals after the Otters put it into the row net. Curtis Eggert gets credit for the goal as it's shot off of his leg by Noah Battaglia, trying to play the puck behind his own net. Puts it off the skate and into the net, 7-2. And they just kept rolling from there. As the Otters picked up a pair, tried to get a little momentum themselves as Emmett Sproul added one at 9:03, his 5th of the season. Kyle Maximovich at 11:34. He has goal number 16 of the season. Closing in on Connor McDavid. Now just 1 goal behind Connor McDavid for 10th all-time in the Erie Otters goal-scoring list. McDavid, of course, finished with 97 in his own record, right? That works. As the Otters fall tonight, 10-4 your final. Erie goes 0-2 on the power play. Sarnia 3 for 6. Erie outshot 41-31 as we close things up here on the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show. As well, for the Otters, you try to build a little momentum and carry into the next game. You got one more for this one, but this game is, as Erie has preached all season long, start over. You got a day off tomorrow, refresh, and you're looking at the London Knights on Sunday.
I know you're a fan of quoting movies on air, Aaron, so all I got to say about this one is Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Our Iron Workers Local Union number 3's Ironman of the game with tonight's 3 stars. Hugo Lavinius, the 3rd star. These are going to be all from the Sarnia Sting. 2nd star, Jacob Perot, had himself a 4-point night. And Curtis Eggert, the hat trick. A fortunate bounce to help him out with the HT. With Noah Battaglia putting it off the shin pads of Eggert for his first goal tonight. The Otters fall 10-4 here tonight. But I'd like to say, Sean, always welcome on the broadcast. Thanks for joining me here today. Fantastic job providing us some color commentary and another voice on the broadcast.
Well, like I said, Aaron, I appreciate the opportunity. It was a happy coincidence that we met all those years ago right here in Sarnia when the Otters came to town, when the McDavid train rolled into town, and you helped set me up with an interview for him, and I appreciate the friendship that's developed from this, and I always look forward to seeing you, whether it be in Owen Sound or Sarnia, and I can't wait for the next opportunity.
It'll be in January. Hopefully, again, things work out that you can join us. I'd love to have you in the broadcast, man. It's always great to see you.
I've got it penciled in my calendar, and my wife's going to be putting the kids to bed that night, so I will be here.
Emily, you got the kids that night. I get Sean for one more night. We're going to break things up here. We're going to head onto the bus because I know this one's going to be a quick pack up and go. With the Otters heading off to London tonight. And then at 2 p.m. start from the Budweiser Gardens, the Erie Otters and the London Knights. From London, we'll have the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show for you, 1:45 at the game and face-off at 2 o'clock. I'll have it there for you on I believe we're going to live stream that one. It will be on tape delay with our final Sunday game during the Bill season. So you'll hear us live online and then tape delayed on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 FM and 1260 AM. But for Brian McKay back in studio, this is us saying goodnight. I'm Aaron Cooney for Sean Bisson. The Otters fall 10-4 here to the Sarnia Sting. We'll talk to you Sunday afternoon from London. You've been listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
You've been listening to Erie Otters Hockey on WRIE Erie. Follow all the action throughout the season on the new home of the Erie Otters, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Marathon Day tomorrow in Bristol will be